Good morning. Live from St. Louis. It's Sunday morning. There's nothing quite like, well, let me show you what's going on here. Morning to Hammer Hands, who gave me a text last night. Thank you. I think it was Hammer. That was coffee. And now, proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy. Oh, baby. Scott Adams does his coffee thing. We should do a beer thing. Yes. So, Eric Zombro told me that for some reason this morning, and there he is right there. Hey, Eric, what's up? Easy. Buddy, how you doing? How you doing? You know, told me this morning in one of the comments that all of your subs were unsubscribed. I mean, that's freaking weird, isn't it? That's crazy. Kirk Tiberius, how you doing? Second. Oh, hold on. Oh, I've got so much to do and so little time. But hey, Mr. Forma, good morning, sir, from Boston, Massachusetts. How's it going up there in liberal hell? I hope things are good. Zombro says every single channel you were unsubbed from. Really? Me too? Oh, that sucks. I don't know. I guess well, you know what? Let me look here. I didn't check subscriptions. No, I'm still there. Let me go here for sure. No, I'm there. Chronic, Hickok 45, Hootie Hoo, Hammerhand, Elizabeth Hobson, good fella. Yeah, no, I'm still good. So don't know what happened to you, bro. But Undead Chronics video started. Oh, we're just getting warmed up here. We can't have that yet. So everybody can hear me okay. Yeah. Stupid. Can I share the StreamYard? I bet I can. Oh, that might be weird. Let's see. Can we share it? Share screen. Oh, I bet we could. Oh, we can, but then you get weird feedback. Okay, we won't do that. Anyway, what you got to do. Captain Super Straight, good morning. What up? Mr. Former, lost subs is really like if your sub count went down. I wonder what's going on. Optimus Christ, good morning. And great day. Sunday, the Lord's Day. So let me get this straight. Zombro, you want to come on? Maybe you can explain it. Or Mr. Former, you can come on too if you want. I can put the link in if you guys are interested. Yes. Let me see. Where's the frigate? All right. Let me share the thing here. Hold on. The Chrome tab. Oh, Lauren. Lauren. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't share the audio. Son of a bitch. I don't know why they just don't do that by default, and then you have to turn it off. But, you know, what do I know? What do I know? Yeah. We'll get Mr. Forma and Easy on here. So let me... Chrome tab, hit the button, share audio. Okay. Now we should be able to hear Chronic.
Valuable women don't do. They don't make YouTube channels and chase foreign schlong across.
Oh my God, Chronic. You gotta love him, don't you? Of course you do. Go here and buy a t-shirt. Every one of his t-shirts is on sale for $4.20. All the time. Well, that would be a cool freaking promotion, though, isn't it? I think so. All right. So, Lauren Southern hates the manosphere. Let me share the link here so you guys can jump in. Oh, there's what? Oh, that's weird. Okay. Oh, it's showing me. I've only had one beer, guys. Come on. I mean, please. I haven't even had one beer. I had a cup of coffee. I took a walk. Nice day in St. Louis, though. It's beautiful. So if you guys want to jump in, go ahead. Feel free. And, Mr. Former, you lost actual subs. Because I've been stuck in the sub area at 14,300 for about 3 years. So I apparently I don't lose. I don't gain. Just nothing seems to ever happen. All right, Eric, you ready? Eric's on the road in the stream, bro. Good morning.
Hey, how are you? How you doing? How you
Nothing.
guys doing?
Nothing like an ice cold beer on a Sunday morning. I don't know. It's one of those things. It's like what I used to be in radio, Eric. It was always fun for some stupid reason to work the Saturday shift, like Saturday morning or Saturday midday. I get home at like 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, and then I go take a nap. I don't know. It was just great. It's just one of those things, you know.
That's good.
Kind of like having, I guess, chili on a cold day. It's just, I like it. It's fun. So anyway,
Nice.
you lost a bunch of who you sub to. Is that right?
I woke up this morning with absolutely no channels subscribed to. Every single channel. So I had
shit.
Yeah. So I was checking, just my email, and then I popped YouTube open to listen to some music, and everything was gone. So I keep
kidding.
a list. Yeah, nothing. All of them were gone. So I had to go through and resub to everything.
Mr. Forma, welcome. How are you, sir? Oh, is he there? Sort of. Maybe he's going to play his intro. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it?
It would be.
The Forma Force. So Mr. Forma did say in the chat that he lost a bunch of subs, which is kind of weird. Like I said, I didn't. Like I said, I've been stuck at the same place for years. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that, honestly.
Yeah. Like I said, I just wanted to make you aware of it.
No, I appreciate that. Again, I suppose I could go through because I mean, I've got onto, well, jeez. Do I dare share my window?
Don't share it.
You don't want to see that, do you?
No, not even that. You just don't want to risk it. Don't even share it.
Yeah, because it's Undead Chronic's now, and Chronic has got 31K subscribers again, so he's working his way back home, right? This is channel 14.
Yeah, they'll be coming.
And I mean, look at the views. I mean, that's good. 23,000. Holy crap. I haven't heard anything from Pop lately. I don't know that he get whacked again because I think he got 2 strikes if I'm recalling it. I can't remember how long you're off for that. 2 weeks maybe, or do you know?
Well, he has a backup channel too.
Yeah, he's on like BitChute and there's MGTOW.tv.
MGTOW TV.
Yeah.
And I think is he on Locals?
That I don't know. I think Better Bachelor is on.
Yeah, Bachelor's switching totally to Locals.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah.
That's Dave Rubin's deal, right? I think it's Dave Rubin.
Yes.
Together. Yeah.
Dave Rubin, and I think he funded it, and a couple of other silent partners, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know who it is, but
I don't know if you've been watching Rubin lately, but he was talking about how a lot of the Hollywood people are actually, they're openly in public liberal, but in private they're highly conservative.
Well, I would imagine that some of them are. Optimus Christ wants in. Should we let him in? Sure. Optimus Christ, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Good to see you. What's up?
Just enjoying my weekend off. How are you?
Oh, well, just having a cold beer Sunday morning in St. Louis. It's going to be about 100 degrees today.
Yeah.
It's
Nice.
same old stuff, humid and hot. But I mean, it is getting towards September, so I think things are going to kind of cool off a little bit. But, it's not as bad as Phoenix, not as bad as Austin, Texas, of course.
Not as bad as Tulsa either.
Tulsa, God.
It's going to be 99 today.
Yeah, Tulsa's. Where are you at generally from? You don't have particularly specific.
I'm a little south of Tulsa.
How about you, Optimus?
Ohio,
yes.
Yeah.
Well,
I think we had a conversation about this way back when.
I'm sure we did. Yeah, I was supposed to take a trip to Ohio for work this week, but things got effed up. So.
Well, yeah, where at?
Near Columbus.
Really?
Yeah.
You'd be right by me then.
No kidding. Oh, cool. Well, maybe we can go have a drink or something if I ever get there. I doubt it.
Yeah.
It's been put off for weeks, but all right. Mr. Forma is in the house as well. A lot of guys up this morning. Good morning. Is your mic working now, Mr. Forma? He is just having the worst trouble. I don't know what's going on. Let me make sure you're here. No, you're not muted. You're in, but yeah, you seem to be having a little bit of difficulty on your end. So,
Hamster, I'm going to be up your way October 1st to October 3rd.
oh, all right. Well, cool. Well,
I'm going to
maybe
see my.
we can-
I'm going to be a meeting with a few of my NYPD guys who retired, and then I do a little have a little hobby I do for my birthday every year. Go to a good steakhouse by myself.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, if you're in the St. Louis area, sure. Let me know and we'll have some beer.
Yeah, I'm staying at the Hyatt by the Arch.
Oh, like way downtown there somewhere. Okay.
Yeah. I have reservations for Ruth Chris.
No kidding. Ruth Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, is it any good? Is it pretty good? I don't know. I've never been there.
Well, hey, you're more than welcome to join me.
Yeah. Is it like $150 a steak or some crazy thing?
Oh,
yeah, we can talk about it. 99% Irish is in the house. Hola, Mr. Hamster. Well, good morning. Good to see you guys. Druzil Tech. Is it Druzil Tech and Games? You know this guy? He's on.
Yes.
Oh, he's on Rumble. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Druzil was on the other night, or I don't know if he was on the stream, but he was here.
Yeah,
He or she. It could be a she. Actually,
he or she has some good content. It's pretty funny.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah.
The stream we had the other night, it was we got this lady from Portugal on the stream, which was fun. A female perspective, and Mohamed from Egypt was on as well.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was fun.
Listen, Hamster, I'm gonna get going because I'm gonna hit the gym.
All right, sir.
Go do my 5 miles. Take care.
All right. Well, ping me when you're up here, and we'll do something anyway. Okay.
You got it.
Okay, man. All right. See you. So, what's going on with you, Optimus? Are you watching this pissing match between Abin Preach and Fresh and Fit? Have you
I haven't really followed up on it. I just seen like a few of the last few videos that you mentioned Lauren Southern. I was like, wait a minute, wasn't she the one that initially reverted from feminism to fighting for men's rights, and now she did a 360 basically?
And I know you can go. Let me put this link in the chat for Chronix thing. You go listen. I mean, frankly, I find her irrelevant. I really don't really care. She's whatever, right? She was supposedly for men's rights, and I think she kind of brushed a little bit close to like the White Supreme Pizza stuff. I'm not saying she is, but I think she hung out with a few of the people, and I think she backed off from that correctly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then she got married and had a baby, like in the last year. And good for her.
I mean, good for her, but then at that point, the hormones are going to mess up your thought process.
Well, I mean, there's that, but I mean, there's really no reason, I guess. I don't know what her game was. I assume it was just to make money. I mean, and attention. Well, why not?
Looking at the situation, it might be either making money and then garnering favor from a side that doesn't usually get in the spotlight. I mean, for fuck's sake, she legally categorized herself as a man.
He's a man in Canada. Yeah, that's right.
I mean, if that's not attention screaming, I don't know what is.
Yeah, I mean, I think she did it, and I mean, she actually ran for parliament, I believe, in Canada. Because when I had Twitter years ago, I pinged her, say, "Hey, good luck with your thing." Oh, vote for me. I said, "Well, I can't. I'm in the United States." But she ran. She was like 21, I think, maybe even like 20, very young.
Wait, how old is she now?
Oh, geez, I don't know, mid-20s probably.
That would explain it.
So I think, and I haven't listened to Chronic's entire video because he's talking about schlongs and stuff.
The Schwartz.
It's exactly. You know how Chronic is, but yeah, the thing with Southern is she tried to be like for men, pro men, blah 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 blah, and now she's kind of doubling back. It's like, nah, I didn't really. I don't know if she didn't mean it.
So essentially, chameleon.
Yeah, well, I mean,
yeah.
Is that unusual?
No, it's not. My usual catchphrase is when I pinpoint something like further down the road, like well before, it's like, I hope you pick up the phone because I fucking called it.
Well, yeah, I honestly don't know what the hell is the issue with her. I don't care, honestly. I mean, there's these chameleons out there. I'll put the link in if you guys want to come in.
I have a theory.
Okay, please.
So when she started going for like the whole rah fighting for men's rights thing,
Mhm.
she received more flack than she anticipated because like the whole Me Too movement is strong, right?
Yeah.
I mean, sure, it's dwindling down some, but it's not losing enough momentum to be irrelevant anymore, you know? So it's more or less she couldn't handle the heat, so she got out of the kitchen because she got an actual taste of what men actually go through.
Yeah, I mean, there was videos of her getting piss dumped on her head and some stupid shit like that, right? She was doing that, and there's videos out here of her asking, X number of grapefruits aren't reported, blah blah blah. Well, how do you know if they're not reported? Well, they call the shelter. Well, then they're reported, right? It's
Right. I mean,
stupid shit like that.
they could call and a report is generated and they are reported. So how are they not reported?
I mean, it's all bullshit. We know that. I mean,
Right.
it's crap. When the feminists say these things aren't reported, what they mean is they believe a certain number should be, and because they're not, it's because women are afraid. Come on, give me a fucking break. Jeez, please. Oh, the evil police, they won't believe her. Were you drinking? And come on, people. That is not what's going on these days.
I
Right?
could show at least 5 videos where the woman is just, oh, he offended me in such a way and they, or he hit me when he didn't. And he gets arrested because no questioning, no nothing. Gets arrested, put in a car. You're in a tank at least a day or two before, our investigation didn't turn up anything. That still goes on your record.
Oh, yes. Oh, Fabian Farina. Hello. Hola. So I was watching a video this morning. Actually, I was up at like 12:30. And I don't know why. I just went to bed early and I got up and I was watching videos. This, let's see. Well, let's give the guy a shout out, shall we? Something like TikTok, MGTOW stuff. Let me see if I can find it here. Hold on. It's
Wait,
like
so TikTok hasn't completely purged the whole MGTOW thing yet?
No.
I think they're putting it under a different name because now it's just like what is it? Anti-PUA.
Oh, so this is the guy here.
Mhm.
They call me D. So shout out to Call Me D. Let me give you a link. Go there, sub, watch his stuff. But basically a collection of Manos something stuff.
Videos by men for men.
Well, it's actually there's some women in there as well. But there was one guy that says that he was hit with a domestic violence thing from his ex or wife or ex, whatever. And he related that the sheriff deputy that was there serving his papers and taking his guns, by the way, because in some states, if you're accused of that, they take your guns.
So in other words, one of the 99% of men every day.
Well, you know what? That's what he said. The deputy alleged that they did an internal survey or some kind of research, that kind of thing. And like 99% of them were called in by women.
Mm-hmm.
And only 3% of those actually had any evidence.
Right.
So 97% of these reports, or whatever the case is, are fake. And this has real impacts to people, not just mostly men, but women too. Humans, Americans, right?
Right.
You report somebody for domestic violence in some states, the cops can come and take your freaking guns because you're a threat, right? You're a terrorist. You're all that, right? It's insane. But Davina Duckworth is here. Hello. How are you? Let's see. Plant lover.
And Fabian, plant lover.
Corey Steele. I don't know who. He says he's blocked. I don't know why that would be. I'm sorry. I don't know why you would be blocked, but thank you. Just so you're aware, Mr. Hamster, I updated my name, but I kept my same avatar. Okay. Well, cool. Good to see you there, Chief. And Davina Duckworth is probably a dude. That's all right. The picture's pretty. Oh, that's Jennifer Lawrence, isn't it? I think it is. Yeah.
Oh, I was about to rock out with lyrics like "Dude looks like a lady."
That was 1986. Do you freaking believe that?
Hey, good music, okay?
Oh, I played that. I played that shit on the radio. That was an awesome song. I think it was 86 or maybe it was 88.
Back in the day when boomboxes had to go on your shoulder.
That's right. And the latest and greatest thing was the compact disc. Oh my God.
Imagine. And he had to have Janko jeans in order to even fit them in your pocket.
Janko jeans. Apparently you were a hipster back then. You knew all the fashion trends. I didn't know
No,
any of them.
I didn't own a pair. I was too poor.
I don't even know what the hell they are. What is a Janko jean?
So they're the jeans that, at the waist, they're like normal, but they're flared out. So they're like jeans.
Oh,
Yeah, they're flared out to ungodly proportions at the bottom, and then I think they were typically meant for like wannabe skaters.
Oh, reminds me of bell bottoms. I mean, I had a pair of bell bottoms.
Yeah,
right?
that's essentially what there are. They're jean version of bell bottoms.
Huh? No shit. I had a pair of jean bell bottoms. I bought them in 1979. I think I actually still have them somewhere. I don't know. They don't fit.
So you should put those on eBay because
I should. Yeah.
You know how fashion cycles trend usually come back to the same fashion.
Brother, I've seen it like 3-4 times already.
Mm-hmm. I mean, now you can claim vintage on there and get what, maybe 5,000 off of it.
Oh God, at least. And I've got some compact discs. I've got actual LPs. I've got 12-inch 45s. I got all kinds of shit I could put on eBay, man. I could be rich. That's my retirement plan.
Right. I have some a lot of original movies on VHS, and I don't mean like the ones where you just like record over. Like these are like
the real ones, yeah,
the real ones. And I also have a ton of ones that you can record over. But back in the day of the VCR.
Oh my God, I had this and this. I had this VCR, right, and it was really a top shelf VCR, right? 4-head, stereo, all kinds of shit, right? And it was there. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to turn it on. I mean, I've got these tapes, maybe see what's there. I couldn't watch it. It was so fucking bad.
Oh, man.
Compared to what we have today. It's absolutely I gave it away. It's like I got this box of tapes.
So you dusted it off and was like, let me live this nostalgia. That's like saying, watching Deep Space Nine when it first came out compared to now. Now it's just so freaking corny. I couldn't survive it.
I was maybe one of the few. I'm a big Trek guy. I love the original. I watched the original when it was original. Right?
Oh, I don't know. Shatner I don't know. The way that he spoke just didn't vibe with me well. Like, here we are in the Federation. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. But I mean, all the green alien chicks, that was always fun. And the salt suckers. I mean, it was innovative at the time, right?
Yeah, and then Patrick Stewart came out, and then all of a sudden Earl Grey tea was the hottest product on the market.
Oh, I just new generation. I think the first couple of seasons kind of sucked, frankly, but then it got better. Then they started blowing shit up, and there was aliens, and there was psychological drama, and there was sexual tension with Picard and the redhead, and all that crap. It was good. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good.
Well, I mean, you realize why they originally created Star Trek in the first place, right?
Because it was cool. I don't know why. So
back when it was first created with William Shatner, so that's when I believe the Cold War was still happening.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Did I not hit?
No, that's fine. But then, so the producer made that show to address like the conflicts of that era.
Oh, sure, yeah, the Cold War and
the Cold War.
That was the Russians were the Romulans,
and the thing is, it took off instead of just being like the confrontations of that era. Now it started really turning into sci-fi, and then that's when New Generation started going the sci-fi route, and then there's like, well, let's see what happens when we add comedy to it. Boom, Deep Space Nine, right? It was puns galore at that point. And then they started going like a really proper route with it of what if this scientific endeavor could benefit everyone. And then there you have Voyager.
Well, keep talking Star Trek. I'm going to get some beer. I'll be right back. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then I really like Voyager.
It's your channel now, Optimus.
I am Optimus Christ because Jesus can't turn into a truck. But when Voyager came out, that's when it really started addressing the scientific community of what if could happen. And then they kind of went bottoms up because they decided to, I forget what the actual subtitle was, but the Star Trek with like Archer and all that, to Paul, what happened when they were getting up and running for like warp drive and stuff like that. You know, trying to do like a whole origin and make it canon, and it just didn't go over well with me. And then,
oh wait, I was muted. I did not like Deep Space Nine. Call me crazy.
When I first saw it as a kid, I was like, okay, this is cool, right? Star Trek, everything Star Trek.
Yeah.
Now I watch it and I'm just like, Sisko cannot be that much of a dumbass.
Exactly. Yeah. I just, it was okay. The Rene Auberjonois, whatever the guy's name was, really good actor. You know, excellent. And who did he play? Was Frodo or something?
Odo.
Yeah.
Odo, the Changeling. Yeah.
Yeah. Really good actor. He was in MASH, actually. The original.
How do you
movie.
change your clothes? I have a pot in a corner.
I don't. Okay. But I mean, there was the Ferengi, I think, was on that, or did they get into the new generation? So I don't remember.
Ferengi was on Deep Space Nine. I think that's when they were initially introduced.
Okay.
And then it kind of the Ferengi was a major race, and with Deep Space Nine, Star Trek Voyager touched on it a bit, but then after that, the one with Archer and everything was just like Ferengi who.
Because I remember they got off by rubbing their ears or something, right?
No, yeah, like lobe massages.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and it's like, okay. So,
Invictus Veer says Babylon 5 was pretty cool. You know, I was going to bring up this, and I actually talked to this actress for a long time on Twitter. She's really cool. What the hell was that? It was. I don't want to say it was a cut rate space thing, but it wasn't as high tech as the other ones, but it has a really big following. Do you know what I'm talking about? I can't think of it.
Describe the.
She was a garden tool, and she was on a comfort ship, and then she escaped. What the hell was her name? Oh my God,
Lex.
What's that?
Lex.
Lex. Lex.
Lexx.
Lex. No, I don't think that's it. Here, let me get a different window here. I'll say. Oh God!
Like you said, garden tool, comfort ship, and I was like, oh, shit. The only thing that I can think of is Lex.
It wasn't Babylon 5, but it was something like that.
Battlestar Galactica, maybe.
I watched the original one.
But no, if you haven't seen Lex, like, okay, so it's almost as punny as Deep Space Nine, but it actually has some pretty cool concepts on it.
What?
You know,
does anyone know what the hell that was? It was. Oh my God.
Andromeda. No, Andromeda was the because I know about Andromeda. Like, so Kevin Sorbo was one of my favorite actors starting from Hercules. Right. And so at that point, when he started doing like the sci-fi stuff, I was like, oh, right. Yeah.
Let's see. Hold on here. Let's see. What's the space opera? I guess it had there was like this creature. It was a Jim Henson. Oh my God.
Jim Henson. Well, I mean, it wouldn't be Farscape at that point.
Farscape. Yeah. I think
was it Farscape? No, it can't be. No.
Yeah.
There was John Crichton, right? He was the Earthling. Then there was the Peacekeepers, which I don't care who says what. The chick from Peacekeepers, I'd bang her in her asshole. Then there's Pilot. Then there's
it was Farscape. Yeah, Gigi Edgley. Yeah, Gigi Edgley was the woman I'm talking about. Really nice lady.
Hold on, because now Gigi Hadley. I need
I'll share the screen here. Hold on, if I can find it.
Was she the plant one?
No, she was the hoe, and she was like
which one?
Well, she was. Well, the dark-haired hoe was pretty nice too. Hold on, let me share the screen here. I don't think there's any audio, so I can't
I mean,
speed that up. But I
was she-
could. Give me a chance. All right, Gigi Edgley. Okay, there she is.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. I know who
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. How you doing?
Yeah. No. So she wasn't. She wasn't like she was formed into a garden tool, basically. But initially, with her character, her society was so oppressive that they wanted to suppress all emotion. So they tried to go a Vulcan route with that, right? But she didn't want to be controlled, so she escaped. And because of that society being refraining from, ever doing anything ever fun, she decided to go rampant and just fuck everyone.
Undead Chronic is in the house. Hello, Chronic. Why don't you join?
Hey, undead.
My dick just dehydrated into a mummy, bro.
Dude, I didn't even realize how old she got. What?
Mm-hmm.
No,
I mean, she's what, 43 or
completely
something?
ruined my perception of her now. Thanks.
Let's see. Gigi, how old is she? Let's see. Well, let's go there. IMDb. Well, yeah, I mean, she's what, 43, it says? 77. Is that 40? Yeah, 43. Come on, Chronic. That isn't old. She hasn't been run through like a garden tool. What are you talking about, bro?
Oh man, no.
43, yeah.
If you're looking at the picture I'm looking at, I mean, that is garden tool that has been dulled by the wall itself.
Well, these pictures aren't so terrible. I mean, that's pretty good. She's got.
Scroll down.
I am. Which one?
Keep going.
Oh, she was on Star Trek as well. I didn't know that.
Nuh-uh.
Wait,
what?
Yeah. Gigi Edgley on Star Trek. Wow. Didn't know that.
Well, shit.
She looks like a grandma at this point, though, in this picture here. Yeah.
So from the picture that you initially had up, scroll down from that window, and then it'll be the first one on the right. So the one where it's like, she's covering herself, and doing a bad job at it.
Oh, this one? Okay.
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah. The one on the far left.
Far left. This one?
Yeah. Up.
This one.
Yeah. Click that. And then on the picture on the right, scroll down.
Uh-huh.
And then there should be a picture where her face looks.
Well, I mean, Jesus, we all get old. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, 43 isn't that bad. I mean, she doesn't look bad for 43, but yeah, she's not 20 anymore. That's for sure.
Right.
I kind of like this makeup, though. I thought that was hot. I thought that was pretty cool.
Well, I mean, the body language in Farscape as well kind of played along with it, and that's what got the allure in.
Yeah, it's that's 44. Thank you, Zealot Master. We must be precise on this channel. She's 44. But I mean, Chronic, if he's still here, he would bang. He would do that in a heartbeat. He doesn't care. Well, he's a hoe. Come on. He's bagging all kinds of. I mean, you keep. I don't even want to tell you. He sends me pictures of the morning after. It's like, dude, how are you getting all these women? Come on.
So just remember the character is Chiana.
Yeah, Chiana. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And yeah, I thought Farscape. Excuse me, might need some more coffee. Eric Zombro says, "Hey, I thought Farscape was Farscape."
Farscape.
Oh,
actually, I liked Farscape for like the era that it was created in.
Well, I mean, Claudia Black, was actually quite. She was pretty fucking hot. Let's go back to her. Let's see if we can find her here. Hold on. This was the dark-haired one. Back in the day,
Claudia,
she was smoking.
Yeah. Oh, she's also been in Stargate. She's been in a lot of sci-fi stuff. Give me a second. I will.
I mean, she was freaking tough. She was
tough until the heat got on. Then she sweat like a fucking pig.
Well, yeah, but she was like, we've got to go to the warp drive and get the wiener in there. It's like, yeah, okay, sure.
Although now, if you look at her,
Well, Jesus, I mean, God, again, I'm not picking on you, Optimus, but I mean, fuck, it's been 20 years or something. I mean, what do you expect? I mean, it happens.
Well, I mean, at least she focused on her body instead of her face, so that's a plus.
Undead, Zealot Master says, Undead would put a bag on her. He wouldn't give a shit. He would just smoke a big fucking bowl
Right.
and not care and just bang away like it's a roast beef sandwich. He doesn't care. You know,
Probably
it went-
feels like a roast beef sandwich too.
Oh God! Put a 2x4 on your ass, boys, so you don't fall into that cavern. Oh my God! Oh, we're terrible. Zealot Master, I'm 43. I wasn't born in 70. What is the math? Let's see, 40. Isn't that right? Let's see, 1980 was 41 years ago, so it'd be 44. Okay, thank you. Yes.
You know, with her aging like that, I'm kind of interested to see how Ben Browder came along.
Who?
John Crichton.
Oh, yeah. He was like the. I don't know how the hell that happened. He was on a space mission and got warped in a wormhole or
So he
string
was
theories or
he was
whatever.
doing a test to see if he could use the Earth's atmosphere to speed up,
Well,
you
of
know,
course he
and
can.
a ship. And the thing is, he got caught in a wormhole at that point, and then yeah, it all escalated from there. Like Will Ferrell said, that escalated quickly.
Well, let's look here. Let's see what he looks like. So I don't remember Cadargo or whatever, but there was. I mean, there is so many outtake reels from this show. Fucking hilarious. He was was this the guy with the shit on his head and whatever? Maybe that was
No. So that was the Ben Browder is John Crichton. So it's Kardargo. I forget the actor's name.
This guy right here, Anthony Simcoe.
Anthony, yeah, I believe that's the one. Yeah,
That's the guy with the shit on his head.
yeah.
Yep. I think that's the guy with the shit on his head and his beard. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he was scary looking.
Yeah, the race was Luxon.
Wait a minute. How do you know all this stuff? What the heck?
Because I like Farscape.
I thought you didn't like it. I thought you said you didn't.
No,
like
I do. I like it for the time that it came out. It was
Arby's.
just punny enough to be funny, but it wasn't overly like Deep Space Nine.
Because I remember when I first ran into it, it was Chiana was in some chair and they were torturing her or some shit. It's like, what the fuck is this? Why would they do that?
She was a stowaway on a prison ship,
Right.
meant for prisoners that John Crichton got on, and he was like, "What the fuck is going on?" So they really displayed humanity as like buffoons until he started learning, and it turns out that he had the unique, of being able to think his way out by using unique methods and thinking outside the box instead. So,
Well, cool. Yeah, I mean he's scary looking. Looks like a big dude too. Probably.
so fun fact: his shoes were actually platforms that raised him by 8 inches.
No shit. Wow.
Yeah. So that way he could appear, taller and everything. I think, if I recall correctly, in casting, he fell down approximately 56 times just in one season.
No shit, because of the
Yeah.
stupid shoes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Well, they didn't have to give him stilettos. What were they thinking?
Well, they weren't still. they were like 8-inch soles attached to like leather coverings over the feet.
But they made his legs so much more shapely. Isn't that what we're told?
Oh
All right.
man.
So if you guys want a weird connection, okay. So we got Gigi Edgley, and I was talking with her on Twitter one day, and it was the weirdest damn thing. There was let me see if I can remember the movie. Oh my god! Now I'm not going to be Jacqueline McKenzie. Jacqueline. This is getting way down into the. There used to be a channel called what the hell was it? IFC. Remember that one?
IFC. I do not.
Independent Film Channel, and these films would come up that were just weird, right? Just way off in outer space. And it was Angel Baby. Angel Baby. Okay, hold on. Angel Baby. If you haven't seen this, I think this is the one. No. Jacqueline. Come on. Mackenzie. Look at all the stuff you guys learn on this channel for nothing. My God.
Right. It's
But,
like
I
now
mean-
we're going to the sci-fi, aspect of the manosphere there.
Yeah, I mean, Jacqueline McKenzie was a smoke show back in the day. I mean, this is not the best picture, but this was an interesting picture. 1996. So let's see, can we do the math? That'd be 25 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, son of a bitch. I didn't even need a calculator. I'm on a roll, bro. Oh, Golden Girls. You know what? I'm telling you. What was that other show that was set in Atlanta with that one? It wasn't Golden Girls. It was oh, Jesus God. What was that show?
I have no idea, and I like the fact that it's going to eat away at you until you find out what it is.
I hate you. You suck. The Golden Girls. Oh, it was Designing Women is what it was called. Yeah. See, that didn't hurt. Ascend the Chimp. Greetings from India. Hello. Good to see you.
So
Thank
if you want to see a real garden tool,
Uh-oh.
look up Zev Bellringer. Zev with the X.
Are we gonna see some stuff we can't show or
No. Just do Zev Bellringer and then Lex.
Okay, 1 second. Just let me do the angel baby thing. So they're both mentally unstable, right? And it's just really I think it's in Scotland, actually. And then when you get down the rabbit hole, there's a bunch of these movies that were in Scotland. There's one, and I can't remember what the name was, but they had a translation at the bottom, right? Because it was just for fun, right?
Really?
You can understand their English, but they're speaking the big. It's like go get the ween. It's like what the the ween?
The ween?
What the fuck is that?
What
Of
the
course,
hell?
go get the baby, right? And
Yeah.
it was really good. But if you want to see an interesting sort of movie, this would be the interesting. Jackie. Anyway, long story short, I'm talking with Gigi, and she has Jacqueline McKenzie on because they're friends in Australia, right?
Mhm.
And it was like, oh my God, it's Jacqueline McKenzie. It's like, wow, I saw you in that movie. And she goes, oh, well, thank you. Yeah, it was a fun movie. I'm like, wow, that's cool. Even hamsters get starstruck once in a while. Okay, so what
Right.
is this other person?
Zev Bellringer from Lex.
Whoops, XEV?
Mhm.
XEV, Bell Ringer.
Ringer and then Lex.
XX. I don't remember Lex. Oh, how you doing? Oh, mhm.
So when you said garden hoe on a pleasure ship, this is the first initial thought I thought of because
Uh-huh.
in this series, ships are like the main ship is actually an insect.
An insect, really?
Insect, yeah. And so that particular girl, they were on a colony where they were converting females into whatever jobs were deemed necessary. And so they had this big old great fat lady. And so they deemed her to be a sex slave. And it's like, I don't want to get married because she didn't want to get married to this guy. And so
She must have been a damn feminist. Keep talking. I'm getting beer.
right. So basically the whole premise on this is that when they sentenced her to be a love slave, they do two stages. One, they adjust the body on a molecular level and to where it makes them aesthetically pleasing, and then they do the mental stage where they basically convert her mind to be like a love slave. Well, stage one was completed, but something happened where she got out before stage two could be fully completed. So she's like a normal garden tool now with garden tool tendencies, but she can more or less control herself, but not very much in the series.
I mean, she's sort of kind of a redhead, so I'm down with that.
Oh, so one of the features was that she could change her hair color at will.
Ooh, oh, baby! You mean like modern women? They could just go get some shit and
No, we're talking like molecular level. Like she just thought about it, boom.
Oh, boom! She got red hair, blonde hair, green hair, whatever.
Yeah,
Oh,
no
amazing.
dyeing process needed.
Damn. No, I've not. She does look familiar though. What's her name? What's her real name?
That's Zev.
Oh, Zev. That's her name. Okay.
I believe so. Let me confirm that.
Divina Duckworth says Lex was a German-Canadian show. Pretty bad. I don't know. I've never seen it. So
Yeah. So I believe in season 2, midway through, the original actor was replaced. So there were originally 2 Zevs.
huh? No shit. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Let's go-
Zev with a Z for season 1, and Zev with an X for season 2.
Yeah, I'm still thinking of. I like Gigi. It's just.
And I think she switched because she was spliced with a reptile not akin to like a dragon or something. I mean, it was a pretty powerful reptile. And then that's what changed her whole anatomy at that point. That's why you see the costume now where it's more like chitin instead of like actual, clothing.
Yeah,
Cluster lizard. There you go. Cluster lizard.
Yes, the cluster lizard. Divina is all over this stuff, or Divina. How is it Divina, or is it a long eye or a short eye there? I don't know. Duckworth. That's easier. She's a duck.
The freakiest part of the whole series was the robot head. I don't care what anyone else says. That robot head was not only freaky, but love struck after Zev just to do anything. I mean, the amounts of shit that he went through to be a simp.
Someone, DJ Ronnie G says Zev died. She actually died, like real died, or just on the show. Looks like
if she died, if the actor died, I did not know that.
Wow, neither did I. That's terrible. Wing It Productions, Space 1999, kids.
Oh, on the show, end of season. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Had me scared there for a second. So at the end of season 1, I think there was a giant fight with Cluster Lizard. She died, and I'm basically under the impression of, energy doesn't go anywhere, just changes form, and then boom, you got Zev 2.0.
Yeah, it's like when we die, we go to heaven or whatever. Our spirit lives on or something. Reincarnation kind of thing. Okay. Sure.
Right.
That only happens in space. So do you remember Space 1999?
I do not.
Martin Landau. I think it was Martin Landau. Oh, you don't remember this? Yeah. When I was a kid, this was 1976. And it's like, oh my God, 1999 is so far away. And now it's what, 31 years, 32 years ago. This was actually a pretty good show. It was cheesy. I mean, the effects were crap compared to today, but it was fun. I mean, look at this ship. The idea was there was a moon base, and there was this probably nuclear conflict on Earth, and the moon somehow got kicked out of orbit, right? And so the moon was flying around in the friggin' universe, and they had this ship, and there was a moon base there, and it's all this drama and stuff. But yeah, I think that's
Right.
Martin Landau. Yeah. It was good, actually. I really enjoyed this one. Like I said, compared to Star Trek, the effects and shit were cheesy, but
You got to admit, though, when Voyager came out, the effects were a whole lot better. They were more aesthetically pleasing.
Well, I mean, even Next Generation, the effects were pretty damn good, I thought.
Well, yeah,
No.
I mean, for its time frame, but I mean, we're talking Next Generation when VCRs were still prominent,
Well,
So-
to speak for yourself, Mr. Moneybags. I didn't have one back then.
Hey, look, okay, no,
I had a
you
black
know
and
how
white
long,
fucking TV. No shit.
you know how, hey, I had like 2 of those, okay, and that's after I busted my ass just to buy one for myself. But no, like I remember the day I got the dual header VCR where it had the all-in-one recorder, so you could transfer videos to like make copies of other VCR tapes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that was like the pinnacle of technology at that time, and I got so excited.
Yeah, it was. There was. I think eventually they got to like a CD to VCR
Right.
thing,
Mhm.
and it's just God, it's just amazing. But yeah, Space 1999 was kind of fun.
Right.
What was I thinking of? What was Jerry Ryan? You guys know the story?
709.
Oh, God.
Oh,
That fucking rabbit hole goes deep.
I wouldn't even put a bag over her head.
Really?
I would let her show her face and everything.
I mean, I think she's in the new Picard one, I think.
Yeah.
And-
So with the new Picard one, she's finally reclaimed her humanity as 7 of 9. To where she doesn't seem like an uptight robot with a dildo in the ass.
But she's still a Borg at some point.
But she's still a Borg. I think I mean I haven't followed this particular series, but I think she's more like an advisor / you should take this action, stop being a pussy.
Okay. Well, I mean, Jean-Luc here is like, yes.
She's like, my eyes are up here, and he replies with, I've already made my decision.
Excuse me, what do you got here there? No, I mean, she's a very attractive lady, but do you know that she played a role in getting Obama elected? Did you know that?
Really?
Oh, you didn't hear this story, did you?
Oh no, I didn't. This is going to change my perception of her, isn't it?
No. It was, she didn't do it directly. She may have, I don't know. But Obama was running for, I believe, senator in Illinois. This was 2006, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And Jerry Ryan was married to a guy who was running against Obama, right? I can't remember his name, Ryan something, right? And Obama sued to have the divorce papers released. They were sealed.
Oh, man.
And Obama's legal team, they're not stupid people. They are not stupid. And they got all this shit out there about how he wanted Jerry Ryan to dance with some dude or whatever, right? Some weird shit, maybe. And, and I think she actually came out and said, that's not what happened. It was in the divorce papers, but that's not what happened. And because of that, this guy got torpedoed in Illinois for the Senate race, and thus Obama came to the Senate in, I think it was 2006. And then 2 years later, he's running for president and won. So, yeah. So it was her ex-husband and their divorce papers that got Obama elected. Crazy, isn't it?
Wow. Leave it to them to have, basically just bring other people down or even show it to light just for your own gain.
Okie Drummer is here. Hello, Okie. You want to come in?
And Star Trek Discovery is completely a clusterfuck of horribleness that should have never been brought to light.
I don't even know what the hell that is. What is it?
Oh, you want feminism and sci-fi? Look at Discovery.
God. Oh, Jesus. Really? Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
we are talking the pinnacle of SJW-ness in sci-fi format.
Is Scotty gay? Is that what's going on? Or he's transsexual? What the fuck?
No, there's no Scotty at that point. It's
this is before? Okay. I didn't know that. Go ahead, explain. I don't know anything about it.
So I made the mistake in watching, I believe, the first season. And don't get me wrong, the concepts were pretty cool. The first half of the season, it was very slow going. It wasn't overly bad, but then when the main character, the chick, started, trying to live on the role of like Sarah Connor or some shit, that's when things spiraled out of control.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I'm sorry.
You do badass things that get to the top, then all of a sudden, okay, guys, let's worry about our fifis.
Okay, well, let's go there. What is it called? Star Trek.
Star Trek Discovery.
Trek Discovery. Oh, that was Scott Bakula, right? I think it was. Yeah, he was like somewhere. Was it this one or was it a different? I don't know. I think it was Scott Bakula. Where the hell was he? He was in a Star Trek somewhere. Hold on, Scott Bakula. Enterprise. Oh, Enterprise. Okay.
And let me tell you.
Wasn't he MacGyver? Wasn't he? Isn't that who that was?
Oh, you were talking about Enterprise.
Yeah.
No, the Okie Drummer guy said Star Trek Discovery is horrible. That's when I went off on my tangent. But
no, please. Yeah.
Enterprise.
This chick's pretty hot, though. Who is this?
So
she's got no emotions, so it's just
she's Vulcan, and there's what's his face with the funny name because he's not human. Yeah, right there.
Here, maybe?
Yeah, that right. But the thing is, I think Archer was like a mix between Shatner and Stewart.
Jolene Blakelock. Thank you, Davina. Yeah. All right, MGTOW Cowboys here. Come on in, baby. How's it going? What's up? You want to talk geek? Let's go. Are you there?
Geek.
I seem to be having some problems. MGTOW Cowboy. I hear nothing. Oh, device is not. Come on, hey Oki, come on in. You don't have to work out 24/7. Have a little fun. Jesus, we're talking geek stuff.
Right.
Quantum Leap. Okay, yeah. I thought, who was the MacGyver guy? I thought that was Bakula, but maybe not. It was Quantum Leap guy. Okay.
MacGyver guy was also Stargate guy.
Stargate guy.
Stargate SG-1.
Not the movie, because that was what's his face.
No, the show.
Yeah. Oh, okay. The movie I thought was pretty good.
The movie was Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell. Oh, who was the other dude with the glasses? What was his name?
Daniel Jackson was the character.
Aldwick is here. Hello. Michael Grock.
And
Hello.
I believe Richard Dean Anderson. Yep. Okay. Yep. And then chat was like Richard Dean Anderson.
All
Yeah.
right, hold on now. No. Now we got to know. All right. What the hell? Stargate. Is James something? James something. James Spader.
So YouTube chat, I'm not liking you right now because every name you're throwing out there, I'm looking up. And MacGyver guy, look at him now. O'Neill.
MacGyver was the guy who he could start he could make an airplane out of a paperclip, right? That was that guy.
James Spader is MacGyver.
Actually, Less Than Zero was a really good. Do you guys see that Less Than Zero?
No, I haven't. With James Spader though, like with the current picture that I'm currently seeing, he could easily be confused for a butch lesbian with a crop top.
Sure, but he was like the scientist guy that went through the wormhole.
Guy that
he fell in love with the alien chick and things didn't work out.
Yeah,
this is Less Than Zero.
old. Yeah.
Who is that? Sarah, what is her name? Mia Sarah, I think. Oh, baby, how you doing? But this was this was a really interesting show. Actually, it's pretty good, but this is what's his face? This is Iron Man, right?
Robert Downey Jr.?
Yeah, that's Iron Man, I think. And this is some other dude, and this is the hot chick. And James Spader was like the prick in this movie. And eventually, this guy, they found him dead in the car from an overdose. I mean, it's kind of sad in a way, but it's mid-'80s, you know? Sort of like the Brat Pack kind of stuff.
Well, I mean, 80s. I mean, if you weren't doing coke, you weren't cool.
I didn't do coke. I've never done drugs like that. Oh, Jamie Gertz, yeah. Jamie Gertz, yes. Mia Sarah was in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, I think. But Jamie Gertz is hot. She was in Lost Boys, by the way. Very, very good. Oh, MGTOW Cowboy. Hold on. Let me let you in.
So, funny thing, Claudia Black was also an SG-1.
I didn't see that.
She was the Go Old Queen or whatever.
Let's see if we can do an audio check on MGTOW Cowboy. Are you there, sir?
Oh, yes, right. This is the MGTOW Cowboy. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
We can. Welcome. How are you?
Sweet. I'm good. Thank you for having me. How's who's in the house besides Hamster?
We've got Optimus Christ here, and we're trying to get Oki Drummer in, but he has to go work out again because, every hour of the day he's got to be lifting weights. The son of a bitch.
I was going to say he's always working. I don't know if today's chest day or legs day with him.
Why not both?
I would go for pizza and beer day, but what do I know? I'm crazy.
Right.
Or barbecue day. I think he's in Oklahoma, so hey, they have good barbecue down there. So, but okay.
Actually, I thought he was in Texas, but yeah, probably one of those two.
Yeah, something like that. Oh, Wing It Production says I met Jamie Gertz in Vegas. Wow, no shit. Yeah, she was cute. You guys know who Jamie Gertz is, right?
No,
I'd have to look it up.
Come on, really?
What was she in? What was she in?
Lost Boys was probably her biggest.
Oh, okay. Yeah, with the
all right.
the
I just didn't know the actor's name.
How you doing?
How you
Oh, yeah.
doing?
Yeah, she was really cute. And unfortunately, I bought the entire full-length, non-edited version of Lost Boys, and she never gets undressed. It's terrible. I was hoping.
That is a blasphemy right there.
I mean, I got everything ready, and it's like, oh, here's the scene, and nothing happens. It's like, you're drinking blood, Michael. Sure. And it was.
Aldwick says, I was a child in the 80s. I wasn't doing cocaine. I was not cool.
Yeah, I didn't do drugs.
Okay.
I just never. Okay, here's Oki.
I mean,
Yeah,
this
good.
is
Don't start.
10 minutes between fucking sets. Here he is. Hello, Oki. What's up, man? He's got a spare couple of minutes. Is your
You
mic
there,
hooked
Oki?
up, Oki? Do you have your microphone? It helps. God, I'm such an asshole. Sorry.
Oki? Oki?
I'm just
You know
an
what?
Oki
It just occurred to
from
me right now.
Muskogee. Yeah.
I was just about to say that. I was just about to say, it just occurred to me right now. Is he probably from that song? Remember that song, I'm an Ogie from Muskogee?
Oh, yes. Yep.
Is that from, so that means, I can't remember. Was that Waylon Jennings who sang that?
I think it was Merle Haggard. Yeah.
Oh, no, I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it was him.
Because
Yeah.
we
Okay.
have the internet.
That
Oh
just
my
occurred
God.
to me. That just occurred to me like a second right before you said that, and then I was thinking like that'll give away where he's from. So now I'm thinking you're right. He's not from Texas. He's probably from Oklahoma or something.
Yeah. Boots were. Oh
Okay.
God. Yeah. That's Merle Haggard. Yeah, really good. This guy was.
Yeah.
You talk about going through the shit. This guy went through the shit. Drugs, all kinds of crazy crap, and he emerged and very successful career. But yeah, the Okie from Muskogee. Boots or manly footwear.
Yeah,
Okie,
right.
Muskogee, USA. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
no, I
All
think
right,
you're
let's-
totally right. It's in his name, Okie. So he's from Oklahoma. That makes so much sense now. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's Oklahoma, and when I was in Texas, they had this beer. They came out when the Oklahoma Texas football game was going to happen. It was Oklahoma sucks beer. I'm not kidding. All right, Okie, come on, talk to us, man. What's up?
Jim, have you seen Boston Legal?
I have, yes.
Oh, that's a great show. I definitely suggest that to everyone, man. You got James Spader, William Shatner, Jerry Ryan, the guy who plays Odo from Deep Space Nine, and the guy who plays Quark from Deep Space Nine, all as themselves in real life with no Star Trek makeup.
I mean, Shatner alone is plenty, but yeah, there's Jerry Ryan in there. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, after Stargate, like everything that James Spader seems to be in is like he's like the super Chad guy. Like even in in Boston Legal, there's a movie called Supernova that he's in. Really good. There's I'm watching the show, and of course, all new shows are feminist BS, man. Where
No,
they like a strong Chad dude, and then they make the main character the woman. And then she's like a masculine feminist type. So like I'm watching this show on Netflix called Blacklist, which apparently has several seasons already, but like was in 2019. So maybe the last season is in 2019. And the main character is this chick FBI profiler, and James Spader is like the super hardcore, like he's like a informant, information salesman guy. He's basically like a Uridian from Star Trek. He's like the super Chad guy, and he's basically like protecting her for whatever personal reasons. And she's like married to like a total simp dude, and she doesn't want to have kids, but because she wants to adopt, because there's so many kids out there who need parents that are that need to be adopted. And so of course she's the strong masculine female, and the husband is the simp who goes along with everything. Looks like a hipster simp.
As you can see on the screen, Ally McBeal was probably the biggest feminist nightmare back. I think it was in the 80s or 90s. I'm not sure, but
I think 90s, man. Ally McBeal.
Yeah.
And then that show Alien. Those are the two big things. I don't know.
I mean, Callista Flockhart, really pretty, I thought, but There's always the dancing baby video that.
Yeah,
Did you ever see that?
Dancing Baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
we
like
gotta do
her. That's her internal monologue saying like, "Uh-oh, tick tock, my biological clock."
the history of the dancing baby. And there she is, just like, oh my god. Are we gonna have the one with her in there, Callista? He's married to Harrison Ford, by the way, just in case you didn't know that. Yeah, here we go. I didn't share the audio, so there she is. I thought very attractive. What do you guys think? I thought she was pretty hot. No,
I mean,
I could take it or leave it at that point.
She's got no tits, but yeah, she's good looking.
I thought so. Except she has these. She got the lip thing done.
And purely use her as a rag doll thrown around a room javelin. Yeah, I could do that.
I mean, the chick can move though. I mean, look at that. That's pretty good. Really.
Not as flexible for my plans.
Oh my god.
I mean, this is pre-body positivity days, so of course she has to be good looking and in shape to be in a show.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I kind of liked it because of, and they had the unisex bathrooms in this show and all this crap, and so she'd go in there and take a dump, and there'd be the other guy, and it was interesting to say the very least. I don't know.
I saw a Pluto ad. So have you guys seen that sitcom Mike and Molly?
I think I've heard of it. But
I try to stay away from sitcoms.
Well, so anyway, so it's like a huge fat Chicago PD cop guy, and he finds love, and she's like a school teacher, and she's also huge and fat. I mean, like morbidly obese, bigger than Lamelo fat, and they both are, which is fine as long as you match, right? And then I saw a Pluto TV ad where they're like trying to come out with like a pilot for a new show where it's that same actor who played Mike, who's still, of course, huge and fat. But now he's, finding love in like a black woman on the subway or whatever bus. So that's like the new show. or she's Indian, something like that.
I thought the video.
I don't have a response for that.
Okay.
I don't.
Giffer.
Well, it's just how dumb TV is. Like on Pluto TV, they have a channel dedicated to Star Trek TNG, which literally just plays TNG reruns like 24/7. And
what's wrong with that, though? I mean, I like that.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, like
that's
basically like all I watch now is that Star Trek TNG channel because, now as I get older and I learn more things. And I rewatch these older these episodes over and over again. Like I look at it with like a different perspective. So then I pick up on different nuances and philosophical ideas that I didn't before.
Right.
I'm older and wiser.
Dude, are you sure? Just kidding. Is it? I was trying to find the whole one here, but I can't find. Maybe this is better. Yeah.
Oklahoma is definitely pot central now. Like every like business that like went bye in the coof, like wherever there's like an open building, like a dispensary has opened up pretty much.
No shit, you got legal weed there? Wow.
Yeah, we do. It's State Question 788, I think it was. Got passed in 2019.
So your Undead Chronic is going to be moving to Oklahoma here soon, probably. Open up his Kush factory.
There you go.
Well, it's interesting because like now that there's like a dispensary on every corner, like I wonder if people actually like go and like shop around to see who has the best price and the best inventory.
It'll fund his creating new YouTube channel habits.
Well, I really wish he should sell his t-shirts for $4.20. I'm sorry.
Hey.
Yeah, go. I got to get some more beer, guys. So please talk amongst yourself.
Yeah, it's like I wonder if like the dispensaries basically become like gas stations where like you just kind of go to your nearest one and like whatever the price of stuff is, or if people actually go and like shop around to see like who is the lowest price and best inventory of whatever strains and
right.
Want. I wonder.
And Wing It says you got to have a state card to do that.
Yeah, so they can't be making like that much money. I mean, it's not like it's like totally open to the public.
Well, think about it this way. So if they say that they're going to legalize it, but you have to have a card, they're not going to be thinking about the freedom to do whatever they want. They're like, oh, I have this option available to me. What do I need to do to get this card? The more people get the card, then more people can do it. Then more, taxes and revenue are generated just from the sales alone. So I mean, it's a snowballing process. It's not a matter of not making enough money. It's at what point in time will they make enough money?
How much do they tax it in Oklahoma, I wonder?
That I don't know, but it's like you have to have enough injured and disabled people and mentally fucked up people to get enough cards. Like everyone's already like, I'm depressed because of the coof, because I'm sitting at home with nothing to do.
Which leads into the SJW stuff that plays into mental incapabilities because of the fact of they've never been exposed to a situation where they have to overcome repeatedly in order to even get over that deficiency. So now you have mental instabilities that play into that. Now they can get all the pot they want because snowflakes.
Yeah.
In Colorado, you don't need any. You just go. It's like a convenience store. You just go in and get your pot. I mean, it is okay. I don't know about Missouri. I think they have medical pot here. I'm not sure about that.
Well,
I mean, I wouldn't know because I don't do that kind of stuff. But
yeah, I don't really pay attention to it in my state because I don't do it either. So, for all I know, it's probably still illegal.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I think I've shared with you guys a long time ago. MGTOW Cowboy's back. His internet's fucked up. But my daughter came to see me, and she was like, "Oh, let's go to the pot store, man." It's like I don't even know where the fuck they are. I don't care about that stuff. I really don't. But
the funny thing is, so where I live, the actual city where I live, not the location where I live out in the country, but there was a Mitsubishi dealership next to a restaurant that was part of like a hotel, like literally like right off the 35 interstate. And yesterday I went by because I had to have the frames on my sunglasses replaced at this place, at the optometrist place. And this old Mitsubishi dealership now is like a drive-through dispensary.
No shit.
Wow. Yeah, and the next door and like combination dispensary and like shitty locally owned, pre-owned car dealership.
And get your car and weed all in one place.
Dispensary. So it's like,
well, I do remember that I did stop. I was going to a job interview. This was a few years ago in Centennial, Colorado. And right there was a pot place and a Wendy's and a Burger King and a Taco Bell. I'm thinking, well, that's good marketing there. Come get your weed and when you get munchies, you got something right there, right?
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah. And like now they have those like a disposable electronic vape cigarettes, whatever. And they have the ones.
Oh yeah, sure. I have one here. Yeah.
That's like, so like whenever it's like you see all these videos where
but it doesn't.
Dating app to see these women live so I can laugh at them and actually have conversations with them about the outcomes they want, all that kind of stuff, to kind of put it in their face how they fucked up their lives through accepting feminism as their state religion.
Undead chronic
and
over here.
Like one of the things I see is very common is like using those disposable electronic vape cigarettes, and like everyone's fucking smoking weed, everyone's vaping, like.
So you can vape marijuana? Really? I didn't know
right
that.
Vape pens
Sure,
you can like yourself.
Oh,
I think
marijuana's never worked for me though. Actually, I just not there. I don't know about you guys, but no, not a big drug guy. Don't like it.
Never tried. I mean, all what drinking does for me is kind of mask the pain and kind of make me just kind of want to fall asleep. But
yeah.
I can't afford.
Yeah, I've tried, I tried pot. I just didn't like it. But then again, I was a kid. Like this was 1980. And the pot that they have nowadays, I think I told you the story. It was 2010 in Chicago. No, thank you. No. Me and my buddies. Oh, come on, man. Don't be a pussy. Try some weed. So took a hit and I'm like, I'm done. That's it. It's like, whoa. So no, that would be dangerous for me.
Well, like God forbid you like get sick or something or get hurt, Jim. Then medical marijuana is probably a better choice than fucking prescription opioids. In that
Oh
case.
God, yeah, opioids don't work for me though. I think maybe I relayed the story, but I broke my arm, and they gave me some fucking oxy something or other,
Yeah,
and the shit didn't work. Aspirin was better. It's like, okay, I'm gonna take one of these and drink some beers. I'm gonna get really wasted. Nothing. It didn't work, and it didn't relieve the pain. It was amazing. It's like I'm paying $50 for this shit, and it's toxic and fucking addictive, and it doesn't even work. Why am I going to try this shit? I still have the bottle here, actually. It's like, okay, sure, and maybe
Careful.
Chronic will come over to St.
That
Louis.
can be real addictive.
Hey, Chronic, you want to grind this? Hell yeah! Let's get some hose and snort some oxy. No, not me. I don't know if Chronic does that or not, but I know he does a little bit.
Yeah, no, all that stuff, oxys, moxies, roxys, xannies, I wouldn't get involved with that.
Yeah, the new pot, as Ernesto Jimenez says, yeah, that's oof. Boy, no. that would be bad for me. Because I tend to be kind of addictive personality. Does that make sense? And no, stay away from that. No way. What about you guys? You done coke? You done fucking crack? I mean, I don't know. What do people do these days? I have no idea.
So
what is the new thing where they cook it in a battery? I mean, does this sound fucking healthy to anyone?
Sound like a fucking
What are they cooking a battery?
Like meth or
In Russia,
something?
they
Or, I don't know.
Drug called crocodile.
What the hell is that?
In Soviet Russia, meth cook you.
Yeah, we make you happy. Here, take this. What crocodile? What the fuck is that? Seriously, I don't know.
Crocodile. So crocodile.
Yeah, crocodile,
So so basically, this drug it gets you high as a motherfucker, but it gives you a form of a necrotic fasciitis, skin eating disease.
Excuse me. What? You're gonna die when you take this shit? No.
Your skin's just gonna fall off and rot.
Oh, other than that, it's fine.
Yeah. You can see through your hand because there's just like a quarter-sized hole like in your hand. It just your body just rots away or something.
I'm sorry. What the fuck is this shit? Let me look.
Hold on. Yeah, it's
It's Russian. It's Russian for crocodile, crocodile or something.
Russia.
What about?
Are you kidding me? People are taking this shit and their fucking hands are falling off. What?
Oh, that's
It's like-
yeah. Should have made a disclaimer.
What the fuck?
Yep.
Oh my god! Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ!
Yeah, and you thought pot was the problem.
No.
You thought coke and meth was the problem.
Jesus,
Get
I'm not even
get
gonna
on
show these
get on
pictures.
some of
What
that
the fuck?
crocodile. That crocodile gonna get you real good now.
Ah, damn! What the hell is crocodile? Chemical fucking shit, right?
So
Right.
I don't know. It kind of seems to me like
No, I don't think so.
So Feminism Debunked says, can you please review the video
Jesus
about the
Christ.
gender? There you go. Feminism Debunked says, can you please review the video about the gender
What was that?
workplace hours gap? Can I not be heard?
Feminism Debunked.
We
Yeah, no, I hear you.
men and
Feminism
women.
Oh,
Debunked.
okay.
She's a big channel.
That myth is a lie.
Yeah. Hello. How are you? We're just here doing our thing, talking about fucking crocodiles in Russia. Jesus
And
Christ.
Yeah, man, look it up. It's like Russian meth,
and don't forget the
Let's see if
antidepressant gap as well, right?
So apparently it's a heroin base that wasn't, perfected, I guess. And it, you want Zombieville population, Russia. There you go.
Jesus. That's oh my God. Yeah, here, take this shit and you're gonna die. Your skin's gonna fall off. Yeah, that sounds like
Right.
fun. Oh my God.
And Donald has a point too. It's okay. I'm used to it.
You can be heard, but also
Have any slightly changing the subject, but in the same vein, have any of you guys ever done coke? I've never done
No.
coke. I smoked pot
I've done it once. Never
I hear
again.
it's great. I hear it's
Nope.
great. I hear you feel like you're gonna fly or something.
No, but you do feel like you're the Flash.
I wouldn't do that shit. It's too dangerous. It can kill you.
Yeah, I hear it can kill
Oh,
you.
yeah.
I hear it kills.
That's-
You can have a
kills
heart attack.
cells
Your
on
heart
contact.
explodes. Yeah, fuck that.
Right.
No, I'm not going to do that. I mean, when I can get beer or whiskey or something that won't kill you, well, unless you really do it too much. Fuck the coke. No. What do you get? Okie, you ever done coke? Let's see here while we're in the
Man, I'm on the
middle of-
straight and narrow to success, man. Fuck you guys.
Yeah. Okie doesn't strike me as any kind of drug.
He's not a cokehead. No, I don't think so.
Hey, Okie, have you ever smoked weed? Not even weed, right?
No, I haven't. No.
Wow. What about beer? You drink beer? Like I love beer.
Not.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, in the past.
Okay, but not really. You're mostly just totally sober.
Yeah. Right now, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I'd recommend staying on that if you can.
Yeah. For
Yeah.
sure.
Don't fucking do drugs, bro. That's just bad.
Drugs are bad. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's
Yeah,
seriously.
no,
I mean,
it's
it affects
drugs.
your life and your relationships, and Jesus, it's a never-ending pile of bullshit. No, just don't do it, man.
Yeah, no,
The-
it's true. That's
The
true,
way that
it
I
is.
think about it is they're not investments that can make you money. If they're not investments that can make you money, don't fucking do it.
No, it's a cash sink, is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, but it spirals out of control to the point. No,
There you go. That's the real problem. It's not like you're gonna try weed one time and then whatever, you never try it again. There's people who they become like potheads, right? They start out all bright-eyed, they're 18, they go to college, and then you check in with them 2 years later, and like they're burnouts, they dropped out of college, they don't have a job, and they smoke weed all day. And it's like, how did that happen?
well, I mean, you have to
Yeah.
wonder, don't you, MGTOW? How in the fuck do they afford this shit? If they don't have a
Well,
job, how do they pay for
that's
this stuff?
That's the thing, and that's the thing, right? Like you see, like I assume in a lot of urban centers, I'm from Chicago, there are certain neighborhoods you can go to, and there's drug addicts all around, and they're like zombies. They wander the streets. They have nothing. They don't have a pot to piss in. They don't have their own apartment, but they always have money for like their next fix. They always got the next $20.
Well, I mean, I used to smoke cigarettes, right? And you can always find money for smokes.
Right.
It
I
doesn't
do
matter.
smoke
Yeah.
cigarettes.
Yeah.
I smoked cigarettes for 4 years in college. Yeah, probably my single biggest regret. But I also quit as well. So
I mean, I like smoking. Definitely. It's nice. But goddamn, you could be, I have nothing to eat. Okay. Go to the grocery store. It's like, okay,
But I have
can
money
get
for
something to eat,
smoke.
but I can get some cigarette. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, the addiction mindset, and when you're addicted to something like that, nothing matters except the next hit. It's crazy. It's
Right.
true, actually.
yeah, it's even worse, if I may say so, when it comes to harder drugs like coke or heroin, for example. It's amazing what you can get people to do, for drugs.
I mean, I can't even imagine, my God.
I will tell you what, meth addicts and crackheads do excellent yard work.
Right.
Really? Why is
Right.
that?
Right, because they're all hopped up. Once you smoke that meth, like you got
Hey,
that energy.
They
It's like-
wanted money. I needed a job done.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Simple transaction. Whatever they do with the money afterwards,
Sure.
that's on them.
Sure. On a similar trajectory, and I don't advise this. I'm just saying, from my experience, women absolutely love drugs, and
Really?
oh yes, and see what you can do is, and I'm not saying that I've ever done this, but you could do it. if you can secure yourself a source of some sort of highly addictive illicit drug, you can sort of, get yourself a, how can I put it? You can find lady friends that will do fun stuff with you for money and drugs.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, at least you know what you're paying for up front, right?
So basically, you can recreate every Taken movie, every like cartel movie.
You know what? I saw the first Taken movie. I didn't know that there were drugs involved. I thought it was just like some Albanian Muslim gang that like takes children or something. Or Liam Neeson, he's just kicking ass all over. But yeah, right. There's like cartel movies. Right. Think about it. Like I'm not saying it's moral. I'm just saying like it's you would be surprised. Like these girls, they have no shame in it. I'm telling you, drugs. I'm not saying use
that's
drugs.
That's the thing. If
I'm
they have
sort of
no
against drugs.
If they have no shame in it, why should we?
You can use drugs to get sex. That's all I'm saying.
And at the very least, you know what you're paying for.
What's that?
At the very least, you know what you're paying for up front because they leave after that.
I mean, you're going to stick your dick in something that is addicted to some fucking battery acid shit? No. I'm sorry. No, thank you. I mean, imagine the fucking creepy crawlies that are going on in that fucking pie, right? Ooh, no, thank you.
Yeah, right. No, I'm not.
That's why
I
said yard work.
I'm not saying to have actual intercourse, but a little Listerine, and if you're really scared, you can wear a Jimmy hat, and then you're good to go. And I'm not wearing
a Jimmy hat in the first place.
I mean, I don't want to do that. I mean, you have to spend time with someone who's addicted to fucking meth? No. No, thank you.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I don't claim to know a lot about meth. So, I'm from the Chicagoland area. Around here, meth is not very popular. When I think of meth, I think of kind of like country settings, like more like rural, small town setting.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Waking up to do the farm and do me some meth?
Yeah,
I mean, how do you do meth anyway? Do you smoke it, or what do you do with it?
I thought you can either inject it, you can either smoke it. I think all three. You can inject it, you can smoke it, you can snort
really?
it. I think.
No shit. I had no idea. So. Wow. Yeah, what do you do with like a pipe or something, or how does that work? You roll it up in a blunt? Or?
So I've seen Breaking Bad. So
okay.
Great show.
Here. All right.
Well, no. So one of the things that two of the things is the snorting, and apparently there's a glass pipe of vaporizer, I think, where it's like you heat it up and then it starts to vaporize, and then it basically like smoking weed, right?
Okay, so no. It's similar, but it's different. You need a different type of pipe. It's essentially like a crack pipe, where it's like it's a long, thin tube, right? It's typically glass. It's glassware, and then at the end it's bulbous. And when I say bulbous, think of like a bubble, and you do that on purpose because you put the drug on the bottom, and when you light it, it becomes liqueous. It liquefies. So typically it starts out at it starts as like a solid. They call it crystal, or they look like little pieces, like shards of glass. And then when you heat it up, it starts to gooify and then liquefy. And then once it reaches it's whatever temperature it needs to start boiling, it starts boiling. And then there's like a choke hole. There's like a hole on the side, and then you can press it so it builds up pressure, and then you release it, and then you can take a hit like so, and then like so.
So when it vaporizes, then you take the hit.
Yeah, right. I mean, and that's if you smoke it, right? I mean, I've heard people can even inject it with a needle, so that needle.
Oh why? But I mean, how do you prepare it? I mean, because I've seen enough movies where there's like a lighter and there's some shit and they cook it.
Yeah, right. There's some guy in a bathroom stall with a spoon and a needle. Yeah, right. I mean, when I think of a spoon, that's way more common, in the cities, in the big cities, because they use heroin. Heroin is what you find here in Chicago. Heroin and crack.
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh man. They call it soft and hard. hard and soft.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, my dad, he was a Chicago police officer for 32 years. He made his living off of chasing down like drug heads and drug
Like
dealers.
drug addicts and stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
where would you go, MGTOW, to like, hey, MGTOW, me and you, Hamster, we want to go get some crack. Where the hell would we go to get that? I have no idea.
Like,
I'm sure there's a place, but would you trust a drug dealer to give? It's so weird.
Pulaski and Grand, the corner of Pulaski and Grand. There's a number of places. There's like, there's certain known neighborhoods. Like, so Chicago is basically like the north side, the south side, and the west side.
Yeah.
And the north side is, I'm just speaking very, very bluntly. I'm going to skip the nuance. The north side is like, that's where the white people live. It's very politically, socially, economically affluent, really good neighborhoods, relatively safe. And then the south side is more mixed. It's like, a third white, a third black, a third Mexican. Mm-hmm. And then the west side is like all black. The west side is all black. And I shouldn't say all black, but it's, 85 to 90% black, hardcore, the worst neighborhoods, the west side. So basically there's areas on the west side and areas on the south side. And like there's known areas, you can go there. And yeah, they sell drugs and, but you never really know what you're getting. I mean, it's scary stuff. It's what is it? What's that?
I was just that's what I'm thinking. It's like I want to hit a crack, so I'm going to go to some guy. He's going to give me some. Oh yeah, this is crack. It's really good. And then you die or something.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, crack is the least of your worries, and crack is bad enough, But that's not what I hear most people die of. What I hear most people die of now is like this. It's called like fentanyl. Have you ever heard of
fentanyl? Yeah, the horse tranquilizer
stuff.
Yeah.
It's usually cut in with a lot of like, opioids and stuff.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, so that's the thing. Like, we're talking. There's all this talk of there's an opium epidemic. There's an opium epidemic in America. Yeah, that's true. But it is highly, when they say that, really what they're saying is there is a growing influx of fentanyl distribution, and they mix in with the heroin fentanyl. Now, fentanyl is an opioid, okay? So it hits the same receptors of these drug addicts that do the heroin. So they still get that high, but it's slightly different and it's way more dangerous. So, these guys, these girls that do heroin, they're getting a bag. They think it's heroin, but there's some fentanyl mixed in, but they didn't know that because this is the same spot, but maybe it's a different batch from a different supplier. So they're used to doing a bag or whatever, 2 bags, and that's going to do them well or get them where they want to be. But now this new stuff has fentanyl, boom, they overdose and they die. The average, the average age of a intravenous heroin drug user in America is like 27, because they all die or they OD,
I mean, how does excuse me? How do you inject this shit or what happens here? You smoke it or what?
So, I do claim to have met certain people that use, and what it seems to be is like, this is how it works. They get like, they say, marijuana is the gateway drug, and I suppose it is, but I don't know. It was never.
Oh, it
for
is.
me.
It is. Yeah.
Well, I've smoked when I was in college. I smoked pot. I mean,
yeah. What year was that though?
Well, I graduated university in 2012. So the last time I smoked pot was when I was 28. I'm 37 now, so it's been a long time. But mostly it's been like marijuana, pot and beer. That's it. But then whatever, for some reason, some of these people, they get real big into like the whatever you want to call it, the drug scene, the party scene. They start like doing coke. They think it's party time. Anyway, yeah, some of these girls, they end up doing heroin, and it's just the saddest thing. I swear to you, I've met like, oh my God, the most beautiful girls, and then you hear about them, 3 years later, and you hear that they're basically just like strung out, crack whore, or you strung out prostitutes, on heroin, and they'll do anything for $20.
Of course, yeah. Well, they got to get
So-
that hit, right? Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a shame, really.
Yeah, and it's terrible. I mean, it's a shame. It's a shame.
Well, on the bright side, you can get
So,
all
but
the.
what's that? I'm sorry.
On the bright side, you can get all your work done and your spring cleaning.
Yeah. Yeah, right. And see,
That's
I'm not saying that you're unscrupulous. I'm not saying you're lacking scruples, but it's funny, you laugh, you introduce that concept, using humor, but it is true. Let's say, maybe not so much a woman, but let's say it's a man. Some man, you're in the country and he's a meth head, he's like a known meth head, you could have him, you got his phone number, you could send him a text message. Hey, what's up, man? What are you doing? I got some yard work, bro. Do you want to, I got the side of this garage. You want to paint it real quick?
Well, see, here's the thing. I never discuss about what they're going to buy with it. I say, hey, I have work that needs done. Here is the amount I'm willing to spend. Do you want to? Then they have a choice.
Right.
Yes or no.
Right. I understand. And that's ultimately what I'm saying is I agree with you. And I don't consider that unscrupulous. What people do with their money is their business. If you are offering, let's say, $30 for a job that, most people would not even touch for less than $50.
Right.
But some guy will do it for almost half price. Hey, but in the back of your mind, like, he's probably just going to go get some meth with that right afterward. What are you going to do? And by the way, if you don't do business with him, do you think he's just going to quit smoking meth because of you? Right. No, he's going to keep doing what he's doing. He's going to find another way to get whatever his $20, $40 to get his fix. And, and were you the one who sold him or gave him his first, hit of meth? No,
Negative.
It's not your fault.
Right.
It's just, and so the same thing can be done. What I'm saying, so my message is the same thing can be done essentially in the drug trade, where if you can secure a good, stable source of like some sort of drug that these women want, you can, there is no need for a wife. There is no need for a girlfriend. You got like 5 girls on speed dial, and what they do with the money you give them afterwards, that's
Right. Yeah. And it's at that point, it's like, I have these needs that need to be met. I'm willing to spend this much. Yes or no?
So let me throw that back at you. Is that immoral? Or I guess to all of you, you and then Oki and then Hamsters, is that wrong?
Hey, if you want to, you can focus on me. That's fine.
And by the way, what's your name? What's your name again? I'm sorry.
Optimus Christ.
Oh yeah, Optimus Prime or Optimus Christ. Got right. Cool.
Mm-hmm. Because Jesus can't turn into a truck. So, what was the question?
Optimus Prime.
I like that.
Yeah. Taking the Lord's name in vain. I'm in Missouri. There's Baptists.
No, I'm just taking it back. I was the one true God.
Oh, cool.
So what is the question again?
No, yeah. So just to pose it again, like it's is it wrong? Is it unscrupulous to exchange money for services that most likely are going to go for drugs? So, for example, you can call up a guy, you need some work done. He'll take $20 because he's desperate for the drug, or, if I were to call up, some girl that I know that I've met in the city and I've known her for years, she's a single mom, but she needs her cell phone bill paid, or maybe whatever that $30 that she's going to get, maybe she'll use it on something else,
So
is it wrong?
So let's boil it down to brass tacks. Are you asking me if my fees would be hurt if I knew what they were getting with the money that I provided them?
No, not fees. I'm saying, is it, just posing a moral question. Is it, so ultimately what I'm saying is, men want sex, women want money. Is it okay if women use sex to get money? Is it wrong for men to use money to get sex?
No.
Or in your case,
No, it's not.
Is it okay?
The thing is, it's leveling the playing field. Now, or if you're asking whether or not I'd participate in the transaction of money versus sexual favors, no, I do not. However, if that were to happen with anyone else, I wouldn't find them at fault. In this day and age, you have so many women that are being empowered and being called sex workers, when let's boil it down, we know what the term really is, right? If they want to be
Sure.
empowered while doing that, more power to them. At least you know what you're getting paid. At least you know what you're getting up
At least you
front
know
when
what
you
you're getting.
pay,
At least
and
you know
you
what you're
don't
getting,
have
yeah.
to wait 4 or 5 years to have the chameleon turn on you.
Right. That's sort of how I see it. But if you want to, slightly tweak or I'm sorry, no pun intended.
All the puns.
Slightly not tweak, but to change the subject. But it's the same subject. Let's say you're not trying to get sex on the cheap. Let's say you're trying to get labor on the cheap. If you made a joke saying like, oh, a meth head, those meth heads, man, they'll do some yard work.
Hey,
Like,
they
you
are
don't even know.
meticulous
Is
about
that
it.
wrong? Is
No,
that wrong?
it's not, because my transaction is not consequential to the choices they make. We each are, and as individuals, our choices define us, right? They made the choice well before I paid them to do my fucking garden of what they're going to do for the next however many years of their life, right? I have a need that's being met and money is being provided for. If I were to provide a service and you were to provide me money, and I didn't tell you what I was going to spend the money for, because 1, that's none of your business. 2, I'm providing you a service. It's the same concept, right? You hand me money for a service that's provided that meets your needs at that time. From that on, our transaction is done. What I
There you
do
go.
with that money forward from then on, that's my choice.
Yeah. So I guess that's all I was trying to say is like, yeah, that's how I see things, or that is to say, I never used to see things that way. I used to think, oh, that's wrong. I was taught that that's wrong. Now I don't see it that way. Now, I don't know. I've become like a smooth operator. I'm cold-hearted. I just whatever you do with that money, that's your business. I get what I want. You get what you want, and yeah. But yeah.
The only way that it would hurt my feelings is if he wasn't around anymore to do my yard work.
Ha ha ha. Yeah. Well, then you just find,
Because then I'd have to go through the trouble of trying to find another person.
find another one. There
Yeah.
you go. There you
Like,
go.
that would be time wasted. Time wasted is money spent not wisely.
There you go. I agree. Cheers on that one.
So, I mean, that's my whole view on everything. People are going to do what they do, regardless if you pay them or not.
Yeah.
So the thing is, why not have your needs met while utilizing a system that's already biased against a shit ton of people?
You guys can see on the screen there. I hope.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. I'm just, it is a moral conundrum. I mean, if some people would say, but you're taking advantage. You're taking advantage of these people,
Define taking advantage.
James, can I make a rebuttal?
What's that, hamster? I'm sorry.
James, can I make a rebuttal point to this nonsense that I'm hearing?
Of course, Oki. Yeah, let Oki speak, guys. If you have a
Okay,
chance.
two
Go,
things.
please.
Okay, 2 things. Okay, so with the coof going on with the stimulus checks, just thinking of a more macro view instead of this crap you guys were talking about. That's total nonsense, in my opinion. But okay, so
Is anyone there?
yeah. So James, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so back in the last recession, right? We gave money.
Yeah, right. I mean,
corporations.
it's like,
Right, so we gave money to the corporations to create jobs and all that shit, right? And, our economy actually bounced back, right? Now this time we gave stimmy checks straight to the individual taxpayer, right? Straight to the people. And where has that money gone? That money has gone in, meme stocks and other shit, basically went into a black hole. Meanwhile, our economy is going down the shitter with inflation because people want their gimme that's, because they want their money straight to their bank account instead of building jobs and doing the right thing, right? And so, that kind of defeats that whole thing of, we can give money to people and we don't care what they do with that money. Yes, you should care what people do with that money, because as a man, it's your job to care. It's your job to be the paragon of morals, values, ethics, and principles, because other people are not going to do that. Okay, and then
You know what? Let me interrupt you right there. I couldn't agree more with you, Oki. I could not agree more. However, there is a problem.
What's the definition of morals and values according to whom?
Well, we could get into that in a second. Well, hold on. Let me. So I think Oki is right with what he said, but there's this problem now. Men should be a paragon. The definition of paragon. The definition of a paragon is what? Like an example of high standards, or an example of of excellence or perfection. I agree, but there's this problem where no one else is doing that anymore. Number one, and number two, you as a man, you've lost the power in society. You don't have the authority anymore to make those decisions. So it's like, essentially, it's essentially like accepting the idea that society has fallen apart. And
boiling it down, you're putting on display of having morals and everything like that to people who are essentially ignoring you as a society. And it's been that way for a long time. The thing is, being a paragon, I agree with you on that aspect too. But the thing is, you also have to look out for yourself. The moment you overstretch yourself by being a paragon of all this stuff and being consistently looked over, ignored, then at that point, you no longer have the resources to be a paragon of anything, much less meth.
No, I'm not saying, donate your money to charity, all this shit. I'm just saying, realize that when you give your money to panhandlers, for example, and OnlyFans girls, that money is going to a black hole of nothingness, whereas that money could actually be used. And OnlyFans simps is another prime example of this, where, men give money to these women because they want some kind of sexual content in return, but that money is going to nothing. Because women just waste the money. They don't invest the money in anything, when those men could actually invest that money in themselves via a stock brokerage account, whatever, match their work 401k, all that.
So then address the underlying root cause. Like, not a few minutes ago, I said I don't specifically participate in that kind of transaction. So if your beef is with men giving money to women for sexual favors, but your focus is on what are the women spending it on, you need to you're addressing the symptom, not the cause.
Yeah, but the thing is out there is that there's so much you can do as a person on your own to take care of your own needs, right? You don't need to pay prostitutes and risk all that shit. Get the underbelly of society, and create so much unnecessary risk for yourself.
Right, and I agree with you. I'm not going to create that risk for myself. But at the same time, I'm not going to be worried about others who may or may not follow my wisdom when I was, quote unquote, a paragon of moral and values, because I actually cared. I am sorry that I was ran through the ringer so many times that I said, fuck it all, and just looked after myself.
Right. That's what happened to me. I've just been burned, and I've been burned enough times where I'm just like, it's just not worth it. Yeah, being a paragon. I mean, Oki is right, and I tell all young men, aim high, have high ideals. But then once you graduate college and you get into the real world and you see how it really is, you got to fend for yourself. And if you're helping everyone out here, they'll take everything you got and they'll leave you high and dry. And then and then you're the one who's busted and broke. And I don't know. So I think you're right, Oki. You should have high ideals. I like that word. Be a paragon of excellence. At the same time, if not enough people are following that program, it's not going to work anyway.
Well, like, for example, I don't really help anyone. Like, I'm very individualistic as well. Like when I see panhandlers on the street, I don't stop to give money, because I know that money is going to go to alcohol and drugs. It's not going to actually go to feed themselves, better themselves in any way. Right, and that's why I don't believe the.
Well, I respectfully disagree with you. I actually do help panhandlers, just not a lot, like just literally with $1. And yes, I know they're going to buy booze with it, but I'm okay with that too, because
I buy booze myself. You
because
know,
I believe myself, and they're just trying to cope. They're just trying to deal with their suffering. That's how I look at it. But yeah, it's a complicated issue.
the thing is, unless you are capable and willing to take each individual that you are concerned for their well-being under your wing and inside your house to teach them something, then you can't claim to be a paragon of excellence and morals and values, because you would be stretching yourself too thin and it would lead you to an early grave. Realistically, I mean, if we're boiling it down to brass tacks, you got to look out for yourself first, because no one else is going to.
Yeah. Okay. So what I would add to that is I basically agree. And I think the real problem, or the criticism of Oki that I would make is I see it's the criticism I would make of what you're saying, Oki, is I just don't think it would make a difference anymore. I think in the past it would make a difference, but today it will not make a difference, because I think society, or you could say our culture has changed. Look at how much culture has changed just in the last 50 years. 50 years ago, who were like the most respectable members of our society? Men. People had respect for men. People had respect for the police. Now people hate the police. No one. Most people I know, they don't like the police. They don't trust the police. Think of like a Catholic priest. 50 years ago, you would go and talk to your priest if you had a problem. Now, most people I know, they don't even want to leave their children around a priest for 10 minutes. So it's just like everything's upside down. Sure, you should be a paragon of excellence. You should be a good guy. What I'm saying is now the culture has become so degenerate, and debauchery has become so ubiquitous that it's not worth being the good guy anymore. Now it's more. Now
And it's
starting to
not
be like the
necessarily
anti-hero.
yeah, the anti-hero, not necessarily villain. And I think it boils down to this statement, right? Hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. Weak men create hard times.
Right, and now we're going into hard times.
Yeah.
And why are we going into hard times?
Because at that point, it's, the responsibilities aren't being lived up to. It's a cycle each generation.
So who fucked up? Who dropped the ball? The boomers? The men? The women?
That's actually subjective. That is subjective, because the moment you start blaming another person for your actions is the moment when things spiral out of control. You have choices one way or another. The failure to take responsibility for your own choices spiral out of control, and then you get something like feminism.
Think of like gun crime, for example. I always like using examples when I try to make a point. Okay, so I live in Chicago. Chicago is probably the worst city in the country for gun violence. 3 weeks ago. I think 3 weeks ago, 100 people were shot over the weekend. That's a day is 24 hours. 24 times 2, 48. Round that up to 50. 100 people were shot in 50 hours, basically. Where, how, all this gun violence. Who's at fault? Who's at fault? Is it the people who actually shoots the other person? Is it the mother of that child, because she raised that child in a single family home, and we know that if you raise a child in a single family home, the person becomes all fucked up? Is it the gun manufacturer? Is it the FFL dealer? Is it the government that allows people to own guns? Like where does the who's the, I don't know. When everyone's at fault, no one's at fault, but I don't know.
I mean, is it my fault because I paid, a person addicted to a substance to do my yard work?
I think some people will try to say that to you, but I don't agree with them. I think they'll say,
they could try and say that to me. The thing is, like, I've been through life enough to where their opinions aren't going to bother me. And it's like, my yard looks immaculate now.
Right. And
I'm
instead
happy.
of paying a company, $100, you got it done for $30. And you're just like, wow. And
Yeah.
the quality is similar. And, yeah, I get it.
Now, say if that same individual approached me and like, hey, I was gonna do this, but I want another way. Is there, do you have any tips or tricks? And yeah, of course, I'm gonna be like, hey, look, I'm glad you took the first step. Let's go ahead and work towards this together, right? But don't think for a moment that I'm gonna overextend myself. It's like I'll give you
Yeah.
tips and tricks. It is your choice to follow what I'm laying down. If they don't,
Yeah, no,
you can't help someone who
unfortunately,
doesn't want help.
there you go. I couldn't agree more. Unfortunately, yeah. Yeah, I know. So I totally agree with you. Unfortunately, that's how it really is. And you got to look out for number one first because, yeah. And plus, you got to look out for number one because people will take advantage of you if you are too altruistic. That's one nice way
Correction,
to put it.
people will take advantage of you. It's all just varying degrees.
You know, you know. Yeah, I guess so. Oh, it looks like did Oki drop?
Yeah, he dropped in the
Yeah,
middle
yeah.
of
He probably has to go lift some weights or something. I don't know. Eat
Yeah,
some
yeah,
protein
I like-
shakes or some shit. I don't know what's going
I
on.
like watching. Have you guys peeped his? He'll have these short, like 2-3 minute videos where he's on what's it called, like Meet Me or some app, and he's talking to these people, and they're all like derelicts. They're all like just truly foul specimens. These women in their 30s and 40s who they're acting like they're princesses, and he's just like, no, you're just another broad. What do you think about that? Oh yeah, oh you're fat. Oh yeah, you think that? Have you seen those videos?
Yeah, of course. I'm trying to find
Yeah.
one right now. Okie
Yeah,
drummer,
yeah.
what that? He just. I'm subscribed, but I can't find him. But go on, guys.
Yeah.
But
So
no, I mean,
anyway,
I keep coming up with me, James Von Maxwell.
right, and it is like I think it's a really good discussion because it addresses the underlying notion of whether or not you should help people versus whether or not they want to help themselves. Like I said before, you are defined by the choices that you make. Okay, you can try to influence those choices, but ultimately it's not going to be your choice what they do.
Ham Nose is in the building. Hello, Ham. What's up?
That is a sexy
hello?
ceiling fan.
Ham.
That is a nice looking
sorry,
fan. Yeah, I agree.
What's this guy's name?
Ham Nose.
Ham
was
Nose. Oh, I see him now.
Yeah, he was an addict to some kind of drugs or something. He's going to get us educated here. Hello,
All
sir.
right, let's do this.
Whoa, Black Betty, ram-a-lam. Whoa, Black Betty,
Black Betty,
ram-a-lam.
ram-a-lam, do-do-do, ram-a-lam.
Ram-a-lam.
That's right. How are you, sir? Hello, Muhammad. What's up?
Why? Just awake.
Yeah, turn your mic up all the way because apparently you have the electrons don't work so well, I guess. So what's your story, Ham Nose? Now we can do. I got a guitar here. We could do Black Betty if you want to. Tell us about your story. Go on. You're live and on the internet. Go on right ahead.
Does he hear us? Do you hear us,
Hello?
sir?
Hello.
Yeah, he hears it. There you go.
Oh, there he is. Yep. You got to turn your mic on. Ham.
And now you're gone.
Turn the mic on, please. Human's here. Human is on the stream. Hello, Human. How are you, man?
Hello.
How are you, sir?
Good, man. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's going on with you?
Nothing much. About to go to bed and notice you guys were chatting.
Yeah, we're talking about all kinds of stuff. So good to see you.
Yeah, you too.
So we're trying to get Ham Nose here to, run his mic. We were talking about drug addiction earlier. Now, I don't know what the situation is in Australia, but it's pretty tough here. What's your take on that?
Yeah, it's we've got a problem like you guys, but I think you guys are big on extending your freedoms more than we do. So, like we got really tight gun control. But yeah, we've got drugs like you guys and England, I suppose. But I suppose you guys push it further.
I mean, well, what kind of drugs do you have in Australia? I mean, like crack and all that crap, or what?
I think here it's a lot of ice.
Meth.
Meth, yeah, cocaine for the rich folk, speed, things like that.
I mean,
Party
have you
drugs.
done any of this stuff, human? I haven't.
Nah, I'm boring and clean.
Yeah, me too. I understand the appeal, but I don't do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't even understand I don't know. I'm too much of a control freak. I don't want to try something like it and then depend on it.
The thing that bothers me is if you smoke cigarettes or you do pot or whatever, someone is controlling your life. I'm not into that at all. That's my take. Yeah. What about this lockdown in Australia? What's going on with that?
We're still, I think, another couple of weeks to go, and it'll probably keep extending to sometime towards the end of the year. We're pretty, the state I'm in, Victoria, is probably the most feminized state of Australia. And that's saying a lot because it's a pretty, basically most states are very feminized, but Victoria, where I am, it's the biggest female brain in the country. So they're overly dramatic and overly insecure about everything. So if one person gets a cold, they lock down the whole state.
I'm sorry. Can you educate us? I forget. Where is Victoria? There's Victoria, Wales, New South Wales, Tasmania. What part of the country is that?
Towards the bottom right. So yeah,
Oh, okay.
between
So, like,
Tasmania and South Australia.
No,
Sorry,
Melbourne.
New South Wales. Yeah, Melbourne.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay.
So, yeah.
I've heard it's rather expensive to live in Australia at this point.
Yeah, it gets
that
worse
true?
and worse. Yeah, they say it's, it always gets ranked in the most as the most livable city, sort of in the top 10 or 20 every year. We won it one year a few years ago, but it's very multicultural, which is great for eating out, but not so great in people getting along. And it's it's a very, very female-dominated state.
Oh, I mean, years ago, like in Canada, for example, there were a lot of Chinese immigrants, right? And so some of the best Chinese sort of North American food is in Canada. I mean, I get that. What about the other stuff, the real estate prices and all that stuff?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Like, I think they say in a balanced country, I think the house price should be about 3 or 4 times the average wage. And here, the average house price is, I think, about 16 times the average wage.
Yep. Sure.
So the average house price is about $1 million here in Melbourne.
Wow.
Yeah, that's about the same in Denver or Los Angeles or somewhere like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, and the average salary is, I think, about $60,000.
I mean,
I would say it's very similar. Here in Chicago, average person makes between 50 and 60K, but a house, like a nice all brick bungalow in a decent area, is going to cost you upwards to $500,000.
Yeah, well, it's double here. It's $1 million.
And that's just the fixer-upper. Am I right?
Yeah, it's just that's the average house price, the median house price.
I mean, it's insane.
Young people trying to buy a house, they're pretty screwed.
Yeah, no. I mean, I make a fair bit of money, right? I can't afford a house. I can't even imagine what it's like if you're making, I don't know, 50 grand a year or something. There's no fucking way. It ain't happening.
Mm.
You know?
You just have to save instead of having to
much is
save for 1 or
disgusting,
2
guys?
years. You're going to save for 5 years.
Well, I mean, you
Yeah,
can save, but geez, you know, even if
but
you get
when you're
20%
young,
down,
you
yeah, go ahead.
the hard thing is when you're young, you want to enjoy your life, but if you enjoy your life and have a girlfriend, you know, your money just goes down the drain. So what do? Spend 10 to 20 years saving to buy a house, and yeah, by that time you probably don't want to date anymore anyway. So it's, I don't know.
There you
Speaking
go.
of dating, are you out on the market, human? I mean, you're a good-looking guy. I mean, you got to be out there buying drinks for women and shit and all that.
No. Like the COVID's been a godsend. I don't have to deal with any of that.
Yeah,
I haven't dated in about
awesome.
2 years.
But I mean,
If you don't mind me asking, what is your age, human?
50.
Oh wow, okay. I thought you were a little bit younger. I thought you were a tad younger in your 40s.
Yeah, I look on average 5 to 8 years younger, depending on how much sleep I've had.
I mean, he's a good-looking guy. I mean, there's no question about that. So you shouldn't have any problems, human. But you say you do, or you just don't want to deal with this bullshit.
I do have problems in the sense that I have kind of basic standards, and you know, like most guys talk about, they're not really. You just want someone you can enjoy spending time with, someone who's level-headed. But yeah, women are the way they are, I suppose.
I mean, how hard can it be, though? I mean, you're honestly, I'm not just blowing smoke up your ass here. You're a good-looking guy. I mean,
look, I do okay with what I've got, but I've dated a lot of women. I've had I think about 5 serious relationships, and by that I mean more than 2 years. Some of them up, between 2 and 4 years. So I've given it a shot, and I don't actually just like playing the field. I like consistency. I like, if I'm going to have a girlfriend, I like to have that in my life. I like stability. So I'm not a guy who loves playing the field. Yeah, sure, it's fun when you're single, but it gets boring pretty easily.
I mean, the way I look at it, human. I mean, I've done that, right? They go out and do whatever, right? It's not fun. I mean, it's fun at the moment, but it leaves me empty in some way.
Yeah, I mean, imagine you could test drive any supercar you wanted every single week. It would get boring after a few weeks or a few months. You just want to buy a fucking car, and you want to be done with it and get on with other parts of your life.
So what is the scene? I guess Sydney or Melbourne, I'm sorry.
I'm in Melbourne, but it'd probably be similar in any Western country. Mm-hmm. Women who are like 3s or 4s that think they're 9s.
I can hear an echo. Who's got the?
Someone's echoing bad.
Yeah. Might be Ham Nose. What are you doing? No, it's interesting because it seems like I'm not saying you're an alpha stud. I mean, don't get me wrong, but you're a good-looking guy. I mean, there's got to be a lot of women out there who's like, I want to go out with this look. No.
Look, I'm not. Look, I know objectively I'm okay for my age, but I kind of keep in shape. But it's kind of, I'm not trying, it's genetics as well. I'm not like a supermodel or anything, but you got to also think that women around my age, they look like shit. They're single mums. They got a lot of baggage. And I'm not just going to take whatever's there. Like, they talk about women not settling. For me, it's not settling for shit. I mean, I don't want to take backward steps. I've taken care of myself. I'm fairly intelligent. I don't have debt. I'm pretty much a blank slate. And most women who are similar to me, again, they want, 80-20 rule. They want, the 10% of guys, not even 80-20, 90-10 rule. They're 4s that think they're 9s or 10s. And also their personalities don't match mine. So you factor that in. You get older. You know what it's like, hamster. You get very specific. as a person. So you can't just date a woman. You have to date a woman that's really similar to you. So and that's the thing. You get older, you need your window sort of narrows a fair bit in terms of being realistic about, like, what person can I really get along with, and I'll be happy hanging around them. And there's just very few people.
I mean, do the Aussie girls have this list of bullshit that can't ever be met?
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. Think
Yeah.
about it. I mean, if in their mind, I say to guys that in a woman's mind, she wanted, like, if you've got a woman who's a hard feminist, or she's always wanted the best playing the field, in her mind, when she gets to middle age, she's thinking, I've waited this long, I want the best. Rather than a man will say, okay, given how old I am, I've got to be more realistic. I may need to drop my standards to a more realistic standards. Otherwise, I won't find anyone. So a woman thinks, I've been waiting forever. I want the best of the best. So the delusion gets even worse, and so it's even harder. So,
I mean, how do you think these women? Oh, okay. Let's be honest here.
look, I'm not really looking anyway, so it's not like I'm in the dating field, but just kind of, it's like the door's locked, the door's closed, but it's unlocked. So I'm spending my time just doing my own thing, spending time with family and friends, making videos, writing, doing art, just doing whatever. So you go through spurts of dating maybe, but as you get older, those spurts and those windows are shorter and fewer and far between, because every time you jump on, it's the handful of old, tired, haggard faces with the same profiles saying the same shit that you saw in their profiles 5 or 10 years ago. And you didn't match with them there. You may have talked to them in the past, and most of them have kids. And no, I don't want to tolerate that. I don't have that kind of baggage, and I prefer not to have it. If their kids are older, if they're out of the home, if I don't have to deal with them, maybe.
Yeah, sure.
But nah.
Yeah, I just don't get it. Where women think they're of the same value at 40, because we're basically the same age, right? I'm 57, you're 50, a little younger. You're one of those young bucks. But how does this delusion happen? Where they think they should get full price for something that's like, there's no value.
Well, like, think of it in their early 20s or late teens or pretty mid-teens, they entered the party, the club, and then in their 40s, sometime the party just closes, the lights go on,
right?
But their brain is still back at when they were a teenager. So their brain, in terms of dating and relating to guys, is frozen. Because most of their lives, guys are chasing them, and that's how it's set in stone in their brain. So why would it change? And they don't, that's the only muscle they've exercised in their brain, is the perception that men will chase me, men want me, I'm desirable. Love for me it's a one-way street. It comes toward me. In both the physical and mental sense, women feel like they deserve to be filled up with men. Physically, mentally, emotionally, presence, everything. It's a one-way street. It comes to her. And so for her, love is her crossing her arms and waiting for bouquets of flowers and guys to knock on her door and complaining that guys aren't approaching her. She's not going to act. She's not going to do anything because she's not built that way. And she's had 20 years of not doing anything.
So it's a rather hard hit to them.
Yeah, I mean, it's like if you're a fat bastard as a guy and you never looked after your health, you get to 40 and 50, it's really hard to both mentally and physically change your state. Think of women's romantic and love delusions of who they are. That's them really unfit, unable to move a muscle of logic or fairness or anything. So they just can't. They don't know how to date or be fair. They can talk about it, again, to kind of lure you in, but then You date them for a couple of weeks, and the honeymoon period wears off, and they're the same as every other girl you've dated, just different window dressing.
But I mean, the problem with men, human, is we still put up with this shit. That's why they get away with it. You know, they're 40
I
and they
don't know.
got 14 kids, and oh yeah, I just want some poontang. No,
Yeah, it depends on how much, how many times you're going to get sick of the same thing. I was talking with a friend. I said the other day, isn't it strange how if your best buddy's going out with a psycho, or someone attacks a family member that you care for and love, you'll get your back up and you'll defend them and you'll stand up for what's right and you'll fight for them and what's right. If the same thing's done to you, a woman does it to you, you just take it, you roll over. You just got to get to a point where you really defend yourself like you would your father or your brother or a family member. So when a woman says something, you don't just smile and go, "Oh, yeah." You tell her to fuck off, or you ask her, what do you mean by that exactly? Or you say no. You say yes. You make your no's and your yeses definite. Like it's not that you don't care about them, it's that you treat yourself like as if someone you care about was there on a date. And if she's treating you like shit, speak up about it. After all, she's just a female stranger. You don't owe her anything.
but they expect something though, don't they?
Yeah, but guys have got to have needs too. I've been telling guys, have some needs, because it's supposed to be masculine to, oh no, I take care of everything. No, I'll pay, sweetheart. Like, and guys will be stoic and macho and pay for everything, and then later on complain that they have to pay for everything. Well, have some needs then and standards. Pay for the first meal or coffee. Then afterwards, if she's always wanting to go out but you're always paying, then bring it up. So again, I think most of the times guys, there's some cases where girls put on a good act, and I've dated a few of those women, but I'd say the vast majority, they kind of tell you who they are, but guys kind of think, it's just all chicks are like that. It's something everyone has to tolerate. It's like, nah, too many guys tolerate it.
Yeah, that's part of the problem though, isn't it? There's always a guy there. They're going to put up with this bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
but
well, I'm 25 and there's all these men and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, but it's also kind of a cliche. Guys know that you get a woman who's sort of middle-aged and older, she's still on the dating market. That's a pretty big red flag. And if you're switched on, you go on a date with her and you ask her a few questions, pretty quickly you can tell why she's single and good looking.
Do you have some personal experience you'd like to share with us?
Just listen and talk. Like I talk like this. I say everything. Like I'm never rude, but I'll ask every question under the sun about so what happened with your last relationship. Topics get onto guys and girls, how they treat each other. Do you believe in this? Do you believe in that? Do you want to have kids? Just every single question. Whereas a lot of guys avoid it because they don't want to scare her away in case she's not on the same page as you. But for me, it's like, I don't want this person to waste any more of my time. And look, I don't want to waste her time either. Maybe some other guy gets along with her, or another guy can have a good time with her, not me. I'm just aware of how little time I've got ahead of me compared to behind. So I had my fun for 15 to 20 years, and now like I'm paying a lot of attention to quality, and it's not really there, but that's okay because I've got quality in my life with my family, friends, and I'm pretty much in protective mode of what I have, and I'm not going to take any more backward steps. So it's kind of pretty easy for me now. It was harder before because I was like a lot of other guys. The instinct is, she's hot, I like her. You forgive everything. Yep. But after a while, it's like, you start going out with similar girls that just look different. And you get that little voice at the back of your head saying, this feels the same way, human. And then it ends the same way.
What are some of the questions these girls ask you? Just curious.
They don't ask much. It's more I ask more questions. Like I think most of the time I think they find me interesting because I talk a lot and I ask them a lot of questions. So they probably like me because I make them feel special just because I'm asking them questions. But I'm actually probing. But they think, oh, he finds me interesting. It's like, no, I'm trying to work you out whether or not you're worth going out with, and whether you're my kind of person, whether I can enjoy spending time with you. Tip for any guy: you want a girl to like you, listen. That's all you need to know. Listen to her and ask questions about her. She'll love it because she loves it being all about her.
Like
But
talk
that's
about
it.
her thing and whatever. It's
Ask
yeah,
a question. What do you
yeah.
think about this? Yeah. And let's, yeah, you're a pretty girl. Why are you single? And she'll be
Uh-oh.
flattered. And then she'll tell you everything about her faults. But yeah, it's just kind of, don't censor yourself. Don't be an arsehole. That's why I tell guys to learn to think and speak properly, because then you're free. Then you can actually just say what you want. You can say it properly. You can say what's on your mind, and you can say it a lot smarter than most guys, and a lot smarter than most of the women you're sitting across from.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. So they don't really care about your history or your past or anything. Just the
Nah.
present, right?
No. I think guys are, like most fears, guys are afraid of a lot more than they should be. Like, you guys have seen those stories on Tinder and stuff where they put up fake profiles and they act like serial killers or whatever. Girls will forgive everything if they like you or if you're interesting. So that tells you that if girls will excuse anything from a guy that they're attracted to, then there's no reason to hold back on your opinions. When they're going to accept bad boys, you shouldn't fear saying, well, I don't want to have kids. I want this. I don't want that. I don't like a girl. It's like this. I don't agree with this. Just say whatever you think.
Well,
Don't forget, most of these girls are probably as desperate as most of the guys. Like, everyone's trying to find somebody. A lot of people are lonely.
Yeah.
So a lot of guys think, oh, I'm the only one. I'm nervous. She doesn't look nervous. Women are just really good at acting coy.
Yeah. I mean, we all just want to find someone, right? I think.
Also, the guy has to do all the talking and act. Like, she can get into a relationship by barely saying anything. Whereas nothing happens if you don't talk, make her laugh, show up, ask her out, blah, blah, blah. You know, you have to sort of be the animated one and the talkative one and the impressive one. And she can just be sort of sweet and silent. And you can think, wow, she's really intelligent. Get along with her. This is another thing, like I've talked about it before, where I've come away from dates in the past and I thought, she's really good. I had a great time. And then after a while, you realize, no, I just had a good time with myself. She didn't. I was having a good time on my own. She barely said a thing. So I don't know. Anyway, I've been talking a lot, guys. Maybe someone else can talk. I've got to learn to shut up sometimes.
No, we'd love to hear from you. Here, let me undo the mutes on these other guys because they might have some questions. Hold on. If you have time, sir. By the way.
No, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I had muted myself. I had no idea you muted me.
No, I muted you. I wanted to hear from Human because he's a good guy.
Gotcha.
And you're an asshole. So I'm just kidding.
I am an asshole. It's okay.
So you have the opportunity to talk to Human. So go ahead.
I mean, there's really nothing much to say. Everything he said's been, spot on. He relayed the message, and it's factual. I mean, there's nothing really more to elaborate on.
Yeah, see, this is what I do to girls on dates. I just talk and an avalanche of words, and they don't have anything to say.
You spew a bunch of bullshit, Human? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, you're lovely, and I was just right. Crocodile Dundee. That's not a knife. That's not a knife.
This is a knife.
I got a quick question for Human. Human, have you ever thought of expatting, or at the very least, foreign dating? Vietnam, Pattaya, Thailand, stuff like that.
Nah. Look, for me, it's like I don't find women aren't that important to sort of like change your whole life and like sell up and move somewhere to search for the Holy Grail. For me, it's like if it happens, it happens. I know how rare it is. I know kind of the ballpark of what I want. And also, you got to be realistic. What are the difficulties that you're going to encounter if you sort of get some chick from another country who can barely speak English? Will her accent irritate you depending on which country you go to? Will you be able to adapt there? A lot of guys don't want to bring girls back to the West because they just end up being the same.
There you go.
They turn them into feminists. Do you want to live in another country? Yada, yada. And is a female stranger important enough for you to turn your whole life upside down? For me, no. So if it happens naturally. You know, if you travel and whatever, you meet something. But yeah, like I suppose if you're a guy who wants kids and it's really important and you're really trying where you are and nothing's working, I suppose you can't keep doing the same thing. You might need to change something else. But then, how much are you going to compromise? Are you going to go to another country where it's hard to accept her accent and you can't really communicate with her and you can't see things eye to eye because of the difference in the culture and things like that. So I suppose it's a case by case thing. I don't know. I can't speak for other guys.
So then, in your case, what is the what's the in the final analysis? You know, are you just going to remain single the rest of your life, and then and
I don't know.
you're not going to have kids, and then
I
I'm not
don't
saying
know.
that's a bad thing. I mean, I see myself on that track. I'm 37, never married, no kids. I don't ever think I'm going to have kids. I mean, I maybe, but I'm sort of like you. I don't plan on just submitting to a woman just because I'm desperate or because I want to have kids bad enough. I mean, so you just settle in and just say, I'm going to make the best of it without having kids and not get married.
Yeah. Look, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not really trying to date. And when I have periods where I do, but it gets kind of less and less as you get older, because the kind of quality of women that you want, and not unrealistically, like it's, I don't know, it's kind of like when you've played the same game over and over again. It's like kind of skateboarding at my age. It's like, yeah, it was fun. I was pretty good and I enjoyed it. But I don't mind jumping on the board again here and there. But again, what will it take away from your life? What will the wrong woman take away from your life? And so unless something drops out of the sky, or something's a perfect fit, I'm not going to entertain a maybe. I'm not going to entertain a, well, we'll see where this goes. Maybe it'll work out. Like, it's just, you need to spend so much time. And I don't know. Maybe later I will,
that's
but
fine.
I'm not.
That's fine. Okay, what about getting your sexual needs met? Are you are you a proponent of like prostitution or legalized prostitution? Are you against that? Is that you're not for that?
No, I've had, like, I fucked enough women. I've had a good time. I know what it is. It's the same shit with every girl you're with, just different window dressing. So it's not like it's not new to me. I've done it before. So
do you think like sexual tourism, as they call it, do you think that that's immoral, or would you advise against that for other guys?
what do you mean?
Well, like for example, I'm currently renewing my passport, and part of the reason, not totally, but part of the reason is because I finally want to try to go to a place called Pattaya in Thailand. They say it's like the sex capital of the world, and you can go there, and there's sex tourism, and it's totally legal there. Do you think that that's on a moral, from a moral standpoint, do you think that that's wrong, or? you know,
Nah, like,
any
look,
reservations against that?
what any adult wants to do, in terms of like your own sovereignty, like go at it. If you're an adult, consenting adults, who cares? Do whatever you want. Doesn't bother me. Like, but like again, to me, it's kind of like the effort for a woman, for a female stranger. Like if you said to me, you know, what would I do for someone who's already proven themselves to me, like family and friends and women I know in my life, that's different. But when you think of it conceptually, like I'm going to upturn my life, like I need a female stranger so badly. If it's just going out there and, you know, banging some chick, that's different. But if you're really honest and you want something meaningful, I don't know. It's you just got to be honest with yourself and do what you want to do, but also do it with your eyes open, I suppose. Like I've never been one of those guys that's said, you know, avoid women, because you can't make yourself do something that you're really not in a space for. It's kind of like saying to someone like, don't look at porn, but you really want to.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't have a problem with whatever guys want to do.
Would you consider yourself asexual?
Nah, not at all.
Okay.
No.
Okay, because I sort of have this idea that also as you get older, and not you, but the general you, people in general, your sex drive tends to drop, and then you just become, less enthused, less driven by that.
Yeah, that's true. But even when I was younger, the front of my brain is always fairly active, even during sex. So a lot of times when you're with a woman, even a gorgeous woman, and she wants you to do things that, let's say, could be risky, I've been fairly good saying, no, are you kidding? I'm not doing that, in terms of safety. So whereas a lot of guys, they just kind of they're drunk. And the more attractive the woman is, they kind of can't say no. Whereas I've been pretty good at saying no. I've never had. Again, it's kind of, I've got a big control freak part of my personality. I don't like being told what to do. And when I know, like, even when a woman's not in front of me, like my really hard boundaries, they're like religion to me. And if a woman pushes against them, I get really pissed off. I don't just smile and go, oh, that's cute because she's attractive. When she starts doing that, if she's like a 9, if she goes all the way down to like a -10.
Yeah. I remember recently, I can't remember when, a week ago or something, you had made a video where you were talking about how women are sort of pivoting towards the government. They go towards the government for their needs, and this has left them in a way open. Do you remember what video I'm talking about? You were talking about how
yeah, it's the video called "The Alone Woman."
Yeah, I think that's what you were talking about. How there's a growing schism between men and women, and at this point, it's like men. There's this general social malaise where men just don't trust women anymore, and women always go. They move. They seek. They go to the government for everything. If there's any problem, they go to the government. They don't go to their tribe anymore. I think that's really what's going on.
Yeah, it was kind of the video is more about like seeing women as almost like they're led away from the herd. So by the wolves or predators are sort of whispering in women's ears, like, "Oh, you don't need the herd. Like, come out here, come on your own. Get away from the herd. Whisper. Get them to go away from the protection of men and the herd." And now they're on their own, and now they're alone. So it's kind of not so much about sort of the standard government thing and big daddy government and that's her husband, but it's more that, like a predator will separate the weakest from the herd so they can take advantage of them. That's what the system, advertising, marketing, politics, and everything is doing to women. So now you've got this mass of women on their own, separated from the herd. And it also does make the herd weak, because it's not like they've separated a couple of women from a stable herd. They've actually gotten rid of all the women. Like, think of a tribe. It's not like they've just taken one weak woman from the tribe. They've actually just taken out all the women from the tribe. So now, a tribe of men isn't as strong anymore because it's kind of like not men, women, children. It's just men. And women are on their own with their children out in the forest with wolves.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know what to say to that. That's that sounds like a recipe for long-term disaster.
Yeah, well, women aren't great chess players, so it's not surprising.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, I'm sorry, gentlemen. I got to take off. It was a pleasure speaking with you, Human. And thank you for hosting, Hamster. I'll see you guys later.
See ya.
Hey, have a good one. What are you looking up, Hamster?
Oh my God! I wasn't looking up anything. I was typing. Sorry, you can hear that?
No, I mean, I could hear the typing, of course, but like whoever's showing or whoever's sharing, like, what are you looking up?
Just about anything. I'm not looking up anything at the moment. What in the world?
Oh, that's weird. I was on Human's channel. What happened?
Oh,
Come on.
well, I got I was meandering off, looking at things on 16chan, 4chan. What's that other one called?
Oh.
N-chan, and it's like one rabbit hole after another. And,
Do you guys know any of this stuff? 15chan? I have no idea. Maybe
Oh,
I'm just
16. Maybe I shouldn't be talking about
Well,
it.
you don't talk about beat. That's the first two rules.
Yeah. So, I don't want to encourage people to go there. I like it, but, whatever. It's, no, I'm not looking anything up. I was typing. I was thinking of what that guy said. I married a woman, and she's a foreigner, but we speak the same language in many different ways. I speak her language fluently and vice versa. And she's whiter than white. I mean, she's from one of these third world shitholes, right? But the ruling class in the shitholes are generally extremely white. And so she's one of those. And it's been a long time. We're old. I was just thinking about what that young man said. I don't know. I wasn't looking for somebody when I ran into her, and I don't think that's something that will pay off. If it's kind of like counterintuitive, you're looking for somebody, you're not going to find them.
Right, and it's also part of a cycle. The moment you stop paying attention to them and you focus on yourself, something clicks in their brain. It's like, well, why isn't he paying attention to me? Because they're used to getting the attention, right? So now they're chasing you, trying to figure out, trying to get your attention at that point. It's not even trying to figure out why not anymore. It's, I'm going to make him notice me if it's the last thing I do. And then I guess that's why the phrase nowadays is like, stay toxic came to play. Because the fact is they correlate that with ignoring women to keep them interested and basically flipping the table, so to speak.
That's a shame, but we've been poisoned by mass media.
Is this Ham Nose, by the way?
Yes.
Okay. Well, welcome. Good to see you.
Well, I finally figured out. I got like several amplifiers connected to my computer, and I'm sorry if I made a mess. And I didn't want anybody to see my face.
But I think, excuse me, guys, Human is going to go to bed. So if you have some questions for him, go on. We don't want to keep the guy up too late, right?
I should probably actually go, guys. It's like 3:40 in the AM, and I got to get up for work tomorrow.
Okay, so here's the most important question ever. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could Chuck Norris?
I don't know. Probably a lot. Human, my friend, good to see you. Go to bed and please come back again if you would.
No worries, guys. Thanks for having me. Catch you later. Bye.
Well, thanks for coming.
Hey, have
Really
a good
appreciate
one.
I guess he has to get up at 3 in the morning to.
Well,
speak
I
on
mean,
there.
humans in Australia, so you know,
Right,
it's like the other
right.
side of the world. So.
That's,
Yep. All right,
that's a
guys.
joke I always make with people.
Good night.
All right, take care, human.
Hey, have a good
Good
one.
to see you.
Good night.
Be well, friend. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. It's been like 3 hours, so we'll do it again maybe later. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Maybe you should actually contact me more.
Sure, but not in that way, you sick fuck.
No. You got to buy me dinner first.
Hell no, I'm not going to do that even. All right, boys.
All right.
See you later. Maybe at 9:00 Central Time. Might do a thing, but otherwise, we'll see you again. Take care.
All right. Sounds good.
All right,
Take care.
see you.
And thank you for stopping by because this is really an interesting conversation.
Yeah,
It really
definitely.
was. I'm sorry I wasn't able to join in so much, and I was a real klutz there. But I'm going to do this again. Just that's a warning.
Yeah, it's been,
Ham those. Don't worry about it, man. Come on.
it's been a long time since I've had to be the ability to speak on something other than "Thank you for calling so and so."
Well, you're welcome here anytime. sir.
Yeah,
No
I
problem.
appreciate it. Thanks.
All right,
It
guys.
was
Take
very
care.
nice.
I will see you later. Bye.
See ya.
I'm going to